Alright, let's go ahead and get this shit started. What the fuck is up, y'all? This is Kreyz McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. And we're going to be talking about the Hallowicked recap. So much shit to fucking talk about. And there's also been some aftermath shit that ended up going down. But we'll get into that later. But before I get shit started, might as well go ahead with the gross, obnoxious shilling that I still have yet to make a fucking video to do for me, but Super Chat is available and STREAMLAB is also available. Links are in the description below for the STREAMLABs, as well as a list of all of the fucking triggers for both Super Chat and STREAMLAB. Those are fun and funny. Super Chat, I already got that covered. Patreon is available for $1 a month. That actually makes it so it stops Diapergate from happening all over again. Same thing with $5, but that also gives me the opportunity to shout out motherfuckers like Spooky Tuesday, D-Venom, and Rick So Rude. Those are the three motherfuckers that are doing the $5 shout out patrons as of this moment. T-shirts are also available. Link is in the description below for that. And also, I have a new hoodie. You know, I probably should have put this out in August so that way you motherfuckers could be prepared for the cold, but I am a lazy son of a fuck. And I didn't think about it until recently. The Super Chats and the Streamlabs, by the way, are part and parcel to that little logo up there. Real Guido is the character that we are trying to kill right now with 27 out of 85 hit points as of right now. And the chat finally decided to fucking kick in. And I see that a lot of you motherfuckers are already up in here. And I know that there's going to be some shit that you guys will want to fucking talk about. I already know. We'll fucking get into that. Fuck Radio Gaga Zodiac. This is my show. So I see that we got a couple of old people up in there. I've seen Church up in there. Prince Tuna, Beanzo, Siznak, Captain Flannel, Roxy Riddlebox, Gimp, Static. We see a random motherfucker from the Jugganauty, a random motherfucker from Tales from the Lotus podcast, and a slew of other motherfuckers. If I didn't get you, fuck you. It's almost midnight. Now, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. We're going to start off with the trip down there. So my intention was initially that I was supposed to fucking leave at 12:30. My mom had to work. Oh yeah, I did see Church. My mom was supposed to work until 12:30. I was going to borrow her car because my girlfriend's car is a piece of fucking shit. It would not have lasted the trip to Detroit. So here we are at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about ready to fucking start getting shit up and going. And my girlfriend fucking calls me. And she asks me to pick her up. She was hanging out with a friend of hers who lives about 20 minutes north of us. She was supposed to fucking drive back. She was supposed to get a ride back down. Didn't happen. So I had to pick her up. And then I had to drive another 20 minutes to fucking go pick up our kid from her grandma's house, which is in a complete different fucking town. And then drive all the way down over to my mother's house in order to fucking get my mom's car and start driving. By the time I get over to my mother's house, it's like 2 o'clock. I wanted to leave at 12:30, but it is what it is. On the way down, I had absolutely no problems getting there or getting back. Thank God for GPS, otherwise I probably would have never gotten to the fucking show. Now, I'm going to tell you this, CRM, I don't think Church really remembers much about Hallowicked. But I will get into that because, yeah, there was a lot of motherfuckers that were involved in this shit. So, on the way to Detroit, I stopped in Lansing. Lansing was pretty much on the way. And the reason why I did that was because there's this place called Mr. Taco. I love this fucking place. I used to eat this all the time when I was living in Lansing as a kid. And then I come to find out a long time ago that they ended up shutting down due to some fucking argument with all of the owners. It's now reopened. And I have to, it's basically to a point, anytime I'm either in or passing Lansing, I'm going to Lansing just to go to get this shit. I love this food. The first time I went there after it reopened, I almost fucking cried. Openly weeped because of the fucking nostalgia from the 90s. And my girlfriend was there to fucking witness that, but that's a different story. even though I just fucking told it. So I grabbed some Mr. Taco and I head back onto the highway. And the thing about this is that I'm beelining for the hotel that Echoside Fiend is staying at. He gave me the address to the fucking place. No, I didn't use Google Maps, technically. I used Waze. And, I mean, even though it's practically owned by Google, but still, Waze is so much fucking better. But, and I learned that just from being a rideshare driver. So, I fucking, drive over to the hotel because Timmy told me that he wanted to meet up with me, and there were a bunch of people that were over there as well. And I get there, Timmy's not there. He gave me the fucking address, he gave me his fucking, his hotel room number, and he wasn't there. But the funny thing about this, and this is something that I really shouldn't have been fucking surprised about, but as soon as I got up to the second floor to go to the hotel room, you could smell the fucking dank in that motherfucker. Like, I was getting a contact high just standing in the hallway. And across from Timmy's fucking room was somebody else's room. They spray painted 665 with some temporary spray shit. Like the fucking fake Christmas snow in a can. And they sprayed 665 on the fucking window, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So I knock on the door, and then I wait a couple seconds, and I text Echoside Fiend. I'm like, "Where the fuck are you?" He's like, "Where are you at?" I said, "I'm at your fucking door, son." And he's just like, "Oh, I already left, but our friend Ivory should still be there." And so I go over, you know, so it's, you know, whatever. I was like, I think I saw her outside. So I go back outside, and there's Ivory and shit. And I was just like, "Look, I just got off the road. I've been driving for like 3 hours, and I feel grody as fuck. Can I use your fucking shower?" She says, "No problem." And I go in, and Miss Hollywood is in there. Now, I was like, I'm pretty sure that I'm following Miss Hollywood, or she, you know, or I've seen her in the fucking chat every now and again, whether it be on here, CPN shit, or Tales from the Lotus Pod. I'm not 100%. But I never knew the face to the name. And I'm glad that I did, because of the fact that, well, let me put it to you this way. Like, any chance that I could get without fucking making it look like I was staring, I got a glimpse. And I was trying to play connect the dots with her freckles with using my eyes as a fucking Sharpie. Because, yeah, she's got, like, a lot of freckles in this general area. So, yeah, believe me, I was counting freckles on her chest. And it didn't help the fact that she was dressed up like a fucking fembot. You know, but nevertheless, I mean, it was good. It was cool, nevertheless. So I take a shower. The only downside of the shower, and this is like in pure Detroit fashion. In pure Detroit fashion, the hot and the cold was switched. So, and it was one of those ones where it's a dial instead of the separate hot and cold. It's just one fucking dial. So, like, it's basically, it's either you're going to have a cold shower on full blast, or you're going to have a hot shower with no fucking pressure whatsoever. I dealt with the low pressure. I'm not going to take a fucking cold shower. Fuck this. I don't know how cold it is in Michigan, especially whether it's on one side of the state or the other. It's practically the same. I take a shower, I get duded up, and then, you know, like, I take a photo opportunity with Miss Hollywood, and she posted it on Facebook. Don't give me shit about Wrench's Warlock side. But, like, there was another picture that she ended up taking, and I guess she decided not to fucking put this one on social media. But it's me and her, and I'm doing the pinky thing, like Dr. Evil. I mean, she's a fembot. I have to do that. I thought it was fucking hilarious to do that. So we took, like, 4 or 5 pictures and shit. Oh, yeah, like, fuck yeah. Static, I agree to that. Dude, you should have seen her on stage. When they were, I think, yeah, like during a fucking dance track, ICP ended up having all these juggalettes up on there, and you could easily point out Miss Hollywood, because Miss Hollywood was the one with the glowing titties. So, okay, so Ivory asked me if I was gonna fucking drive over there. I said yeah, mainly due to the fact that, you know, I wanted to get there as soon as I can because I knew that a lot of the YouTube Juggalo community was there and a lot of other big names were there. So I wanted to fucking go there and I wanted to mingle. Ivory wanted to stay a little bit extra time, and you know, so I was like, you know, but she was like, if you can't take me, then I'll just take a fucking Uber. Well, you're taking a fucking Uber, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, like, because I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. I wanted to get there ASAP because I wanted to hit the fucking, you know, I wanted to hit the merch booth and hang out with all of our friends and everything. So that was the case. And I get there. Cost $10 to get in. And luckily for me, you know, like, luckily for me, I was able to fucking get a hookup. But that was because of the fact that, unfortunately, all of the fucking STREAMLAB money that everybody was giving me for the, you know, for the gathering, or not for the gathering, but for Hallowicked and everything, all of that ended up having to go into my girlfriend's car for gas. So I borrowed money from my mother, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting paid on Thursday at like 2 in the morning, so fuck it. Borrow $50 from my mother, and I used that to buy the Mr. Taco, and I used that for merch. But when I get, you know, and then on top of that, the $10 that it cost to park in that motherfucker, that kind of pissed me off. But the cool thing was later on, I ended up taking Timmy, Ivory's boyfriend, and this English motherfucker that they know, Tom. I brought them back to the hotel, and they ended up fucking reimbursing me for the fucking parking spot. So there was that. When I get there, I have to park in the way back. And the first people that I see are R.A.D dressed up like fucking Jessica Rabbit, and Church dressed up like, well, Church. And I could tell it was Church. But I did bump into Church at the hotel. And the funny thing is, he like walked right past me, and I could tell it was him because of his hair. And so I was like, what's up, Church? And he turns around and he goes, what's up? Oh shit, it's Kreyz McKormik. What the fuck is up, motherfucker? I didn't see a whole lot of people with Rock's TV shirts. To my surprise, I didn't see anybody from Rock's TV. I mean, I would think that if they did, they probably would have fucking popped up and said what's up to me. I'm pretty damn sure that they did this Child's Play Ninja. So I walk with Church and R.A.D, and we end up bumping into Big Bad Wolf, and I'm chilling over there. That's when I started my live stream, because Guido showed up as well. Just as I was setting things up for my fucking live stream, I had to walk back to my car to grab my lighter, and I ended up doing the live stream that I did at Hallowicked. So if y'all didn't watch it, you know, it was basically just a bunch of shit, like me bumping into motherfuckers and going and, you know, getting my ticket, you know, scanned and heading in there, bumped into a bunch of people, CPN, Warlock Side, Ryan. I ended up eventually bumping into Echo Side Fiend at some point. Guido obviously was like right there when I first started my shit. All them motherfuckers. But there were a lot of other people that I didn't bump into at the time that I was live streaming. And after, you know, so I headed back out and I fucking was chilling and everything. Definitely better than you were at Hallowicked. I guarantee that shit. Like, you looked like Church looked like he was gonna have a hangover for fucking days. But some of the other people that I ended up bumping into after my live stream, I ended up bumping into Snaps and Roxy Riddlebox. Bumped into Vinny the ICP Kid a couple of times. Ended up actually bumping into let's see. Yeah, it was actually because of Sister Hatchet that we ended up bumping into Blase Rose. And that's basically the vast majority of the time that I was doing, other than like I wasn't even watching the other fucking performances. I was too busy fucking walking around and mingling and talking to people and shit. Like I even missed Esham because of the fact that I was mingling. And the person that I was hanging out with at that time, I was hanging out with D Lyrical out in the smoking area. He just pops up out of nowhere as I'm having a conversation with somebody. And I was just like, what's your name, dude? You look familiar. He's like, Dale. I was like, you're D Lyrical. He's like, yeah, what's up? Are you Kreyz McKormik? I'm like, fuck yeah, come here. Like, we fucking hugged and shit. And we ended up sitting outside and had a conversation for like a half an hour. But before I get ahead of myself, there is one thing that I do have to fucking say. This is some stale bullshit. So around 8 o'clock at night, fuck Buckshot. Oh yeah, and I see you, Prince Tuna. Around 8 o'clock, they ended up having a no re-entry thing. Now if you saw my live stream, you saw me walk in, grab some merch, went into the game room, hung out for a little bit, met up with a couple of people like Beastmaster and this other kid named Nifty. He said he watches my shit. So shout out to that kid. That was cool that, I bumped into somebody that watches my stuff. I love that. So I fucking walk out and I continue mingling until my battery was about to die on my phone, and I put my phone in my car, and CPN and Warlockside are fucking walking with me to my car as I'm putting it in there. And while we're there at my car, we start hearing some music. And CPN ends up saying, is somebody playing Shout Out? Yaya's song Shout Out with Fat Goon. So we walk over to the car that's playing that shit. And the hilarious thing about all of that is the fact that it's Child's Play Ninja. Okay? Think about that, okay? Like, I've hung out with him at that shit. I hung out with him at Hallowicked. I hung out with him at fucking DCG Con. I hung out with him at the fucking Juggalo March. I've seen footage of him from this year's gathering and last year's gathering, and people are all over this motherfucker because of how popular he is, which I do have to admit I do feel a little bit envious about that, because I do love having that fan interaction. I love it. So when we get over to the fucking car and they're bumping Shout Out from Yaya, nobody at that fucking spot knew who any of us were. Like, they didn't know that we were fucking YouTube juggalos or anything of that nature. They didn't even know Child's Play Ninja. So even the guy who was playing it on his phone in the aux cord and everything, like, that guy did not even know that that was Child's Play Ninja. Didn't know I was Kreyz McKormik. Didn't know that Warlockside was Warlockside. They just thought that we just heard some freshness and decided to migrate over there, which I thought was great. Basically, if you think about that shit, if you think about that, that means that somebody was either a fan of Yaya or somebody was a fan of fucking Fat Goon. So because of that shit, CPN ends up contacting Fat Goon, Maximum Overload, and tells him about this shit. Now, of course, like, later on, I ended up catching a live stream from Fat Goon, and he said that that's the phone call that he has been waiting for his entire fucking life. So he's got fans of his own. So props go out to Fat Goon for that shit. Because you got a motherfucker that listens to your shit without backing from anybody. That's mad props go out to that motherfucker for that shit. So we head back, and everybody's piling in and shit. It's almost 8 o'clock. No re-entries coming up and everything. And I fucking walk in there with CPN and Warlockside and a couple other juggalos, and they let CPN through. They let Warlockside through. They don't let me through. And so they were like, this ticket's already been scanned. I was like, dude, I walked in here. You scanned my ticket. I walked in here, grabbed some merch, walked back out. Well, how come you did? They said, well, how come you didn't get a re-entry bracelet? I said, I didn't know that there was a re-entry bracelet. This is something that I've never experienced in any fucking show that I've ever gone to, ever. I've even, you know, like, even back in the day when I fucking went to Hallowicked in 2004, they didn't even have something like that. But this is a bigger venue, so it's a different story, I guess. They said, well, you're going to have to talk to that motherfucker over there who's doing will call. So I go over there, and I'm trying to explain to him all of this shit that's going on, and he's like, if you need a re-entry band, I'm not the one to talk to. It's those girls. So I go back there, and they said, I needed to talk to you. They're like, well, you need to prove that you actually scanned the ticket. So if you give them your driver's license, then they should be able to see your shit. And they'll give you like an admit ticket so that way you can get in. I said, okay. So I go back there and I explain it to him again. He's just like, okay, give me your driver's license. I give it to him. He sees that I'm up on there. And so he gives me an admit ticket, and I was in. Now, the cool thing about this whole situation was, like, when we walked in, man, CPN had my back 100%. He ended up fucking saying, dude, we were just in here like 5 minutes ago. We just stepped out for a smoke after playing video games, which we weren't. But still, like, you know, he had my back on that shit. So I have to say, that was the fucking whip. To be able to have that kind of shit going on. So we walk in, and that's when mingling starts fucking happening. And so I bumped into a bunch of people. While I was in there, I ended up bumping into Roxy Riddlebox, which was fucking cool, meeting her again. And then for the first time, fucking meeting Snaps. And I honestly got to say that I was absolutely shocked at the fact that of what I was seeing when it concerns Snaps. She looks a lot better than in real life than she does on camera. I will fucking say that. I'm not hitting on her, I'm just fucking saying the facts, because that's all I ever do. She tries to offer me a beer, and I'm like, no thanks. I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, I don't do drugs or anything like that, just fucking Faygo and cigarettes. And she's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. Now, she and I are having a fucking conversation, and I see security fucking pulling out Church. Church got so fucked up at Detroit that they had to kick him out. How do you get so fucked up that you get kicked out of an event in Detroit, of all things? Now, I'm not saying, I don't think that Church is a violent motherfucker when he gets drunk or anything like that, but he was lit the fuck up. These motherfuckers had to help him get the fuck out of there. For real. Like, it was that bad. He was glazed over, like, he looked like this. Like, the entire time that he was fucking stepping. It was unfortunate, though, that Church ended up getting kicked out. But, it was just due to the fact that he got fucking fucked up. I think it had something to do with that Raspberry Amsterdam and Cotton Candy Faygo mix that he fucking had. It was unfortunate, though, that he ended up fucking getting the fuck out. Getting kicked the fuck out. Fucking Church. Now, while I'm having this conversation, I continue my conversation with Snaps, and I turn right the fuck around, and what do I see? Oh, he was puking in the trash? Holy shit. The only thing that I knew was that he fucking went over to Wolf's car, and he ended up laying down in the fucking back. And he was about to throw up in Wolf's car, but Wolf told him that if he did, he would have to clean that motherfucker up. Because Wolf ain't gonna do it. I told him later on if he was gonna throw up in the car, I'd say I'd give him two options. A, he can either clean it up himself, or B, he'd have to give me a $200 cleaning fee just because of the job that jobs that I do. Although I wouldn't call it a fee, I'd call it a $200 super chat. And then Church would have gotten like the maddest fucking shout out ever. But, Oh, come on, Juanito. These are menthol, so they're tasty. They taste like fucking mint and happy. But anyways, so after I see Church, I turn around to go back to having a conversation with Snaps, and Roxy Red is behind her, fucking lit, and she's trying to pinch my goddamn nipple. So I'm like, I've got a Coke in this hand and I've got the can in the other, and I'm trying to fucking give Roxy, like I'm trying to avoid Roxy while giving Snaps a hug with full hands. And finally I ended up moving out of the way, and Roxy fucking was lunging in, and she lost her equilibrium and she fell on her ass. Too bad a titty didn't pop out. That would have been fucking awesome as fuck. But nevertheless, though, she did end up fucking getting a shot into my shin with her shoes. And granted, the fact that she was dressed up like fucking Jessica Rabbit, she wasn't wearing like sexy high heels or anything like that. Like, she was wearing high top jack boots and shit. And so, like, you've got, you know, she's got a high heel that's about as thick as this fucking McDonald's cup, about like that tall. And it goes embedded right into my fucking shin. And I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's like right here where my pinky is. Fucking, that shit hurt like a motherfucker because of the fact that that shit was thick. It was thick as hell, and it felt like a fucking bullet went right into my fucking leg. She probably bruised the bone. So, you know, and I called her out on that shit. I was like, I don't know if you remember this, but you actually fucking decked my fucking leg. You were trying to fucking drop kick my leg. It was a harder drop kick than Shaggy 2-Dope. You know, so like, and it still hurts. It still got red, and it fucking bled too, you know? So like, it fucking hurt. I will say that. It absolutely was fucking painful. I limped for probably a good 5 minutes at that point. So, going, you know, basically what it was is I ended up bumping into somebody, and once they left, or I got, you know, I didn't have anything else to fucking say, and I left. And then I would go back to Child's Play Ninja to see what he's, you know, see what he's got going on. And by the way, I will say this. Child's Play Ninja decided to paint up like Blase Rose, and he had like some shit over here. Oh yeah, Echo Side Fiend. It was bleeding. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like gushing or anything like that, but I did draw, you know, like she did draw color. You know, I mean, it wasn't like Ric Flair bad or anything like that, but you know, there was a thin layer of skin that's still missing, and it's still trying to heal. It's probably going to be there for a couple of weeks. But nevertheless, I'll live. But Roxy, you hurt me. That was painful, Roxy Red. Like, Hands 30 is coming. I will say, no, not really, but definitely going to give you shit about it for a whole year. I was like, oh, I see how it is. I see how it is, Roxy. First, you snubbed me and CPN at the March. And then, because of the fact that I had to give you a fucking hug at Hallowicked, you were like, that motherfucker, I don't want to be touched. I'm going to drop kick his fucking leg. And she did. Like, she did like a fucking spinning heel kick into my fucking shin. Fuck you. I'm going to beat your ass one of these days. I'm gonna figure out how to make that hoe into a housewife, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I would go back and check out what Child's Play Ninja's up to, and he's hanging out with Captain Zane from the Juggalo Yacht Club. And Captain Zane's dressed up, painted up, I should say, like Violent J. He looked like fucking, like he kept on saying, I'm Hell's Pit version of Violent J. And then you've got CPN dressed up like fucking Blase Rose. Well, painted up like Blase Rose. You have to admit that with Captain Zane and Child's Play Ninja dressed up, painted up like Violent J and Blase Rose respectively, this was a photo opportunity waiting to happen. And on top of that, I swear to God, if there was actually a fucking costume thing, that would have been like one of the best fucking, that would have won the costume contest, you know what I'm saying? And while we're there, while we're sitting there fucking having a conversation, fucking Sister Hatchet comes up with Blase Rose, who decided to dress up like Sister Hatchet. And Sister Hatchet ends up saying, dude, you gotta see CPN. And see, you know, because CPN's painted up like Blase. And then, oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Captain Zane and fucking CPN, the power couple. That would have what they would have gone through for as the costume contest. They are the power couple. Also, while I was having conversations with a bunch of people, I did see Sugar Slam walking around, dressed up like a pink Care Bear, which was dope as fuck. But she, you know, like I would have said hi or something like that. But for one, it's been almost 2 years since the last time she's seen me, so she probably doesn't remember me. And two, she looked like she was on her way to go do something. It is what it is. You know, I don't want to come off like I'm some kind of a fucking weird stalker or something like that. Be like, I want to tap what ICP fucking tapped, you know? I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that guy. But, you know, like the last time I had a conversation with her, she was very nice and chill. Nevertheless, though, she looked like she had stuff to do, so I'm not going to fucking stop her. Fuck that. There are still, to this day, certain juggalos that are kind of sort of quasi-celebrities that I'm not going to fucking hound dog. I don't want to be that guy. I don't consider myself to be like a YouTube celebrity or anything like that just because I've got, you know, people watching my shit. I don't really consider it to be like that, so, you know, because I'm just a normal guy with a camera and an opinion, and I'm an asshole from time to time. Nevertheless, you know, ended up bumping into a bunch of other people. Finally bumped into Roxy Riddlebox because I had been looking for her all fucking night. I had been looking for, you know, like, because, like, everybody that I knew for a fact was there, I was looking for them. You know, like, that was basically my mission. Fuck the show until ICP shows up. If I hadn't bumped into you by the time ICP showed up on stage, fuck you. You know, until then, like, I'm on the hunt. I'm going to try to find you people. And I found a lot of people. Roxy Riddlebox was one of them that I wanted to see again because it was cool seeing her. Met Sugar Slam at an Esham show and she came up to me and gave me shit for the Baby Dingle video. Well, that's what you get, Guido. So another person that I wanted to see because I had heard that Casper was there, but I didn't. I don't know what she looks like or anything like that. So I was kind of hoping that she was gonna pop up to me and be like, you know, what up, crazy? It's Casper, blah blah blah. But it turns out that she was there. She saw me. We talked, and she didn't even tell me that it was her. What the fuck, Casper? Jesus Christ. Now, but I think it was, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Casper was dressed up like a geisha or something like that. Like she was wearing like a fucking girl with a dragon tattoo type of shit. What up, Yaya? Yo, Yaya, did you hear about that shit that I fucking mentioned earlier? Fucking somebody was playing Shout Out and they didn't even know that it was CPN that was fucking pushing it, that was pushing up to him. Like that shit was that type of shit was kind of funny. Now at some point or another, now that there's no re-entry, they have a smoking section in the back and they're over by the wrestling ring behind the stage, and there was also like a barf wagon back there, but I didn't care. I went back there to go fucking try to see if I could find Echo Side Fiend and Beastmaster. And I go back there, and I'm having a conversation with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but fucking Stale Dale, D-Lyrical, fucking shows up. And, you know, we introduce each other and shit, and we ended up fucking having this huge conversation. Now, one thing that he ended up fucking bringing up to me, which I thought was the shit, was the fact that, you know, Gathering 20 is right around the corner. and he ended up saying, I think that it would be a cool idea that that they would have a bunch of people that helped ICP get their start. He said that he thought it would be cool as fuck if, like, say he opened up the night, right? Say that he opened up the fucking night, and he was doing some of the stuff that he has been writing, and then Violent J comes out with No Paint, and they start doing stuff from Intelligence and Violence. Maybe have Greasy come out and do In the Ha, and just like have that kind of shit. And I was like, that's fucking dope. That is a great idea. I honestly think that, okay, well, then I was wrong. Thank you for clearing that up, Church. Still, didn't see her or didn't recognize her or anything like that. Casper could have at least said what up to me. Oh, you played Followrama? Nice. Yeah, because Followrama was there. So, anyways, yeah, like, I was like, dude, that is the shit, and I think that that's a spot that you deserve, because ever since the Carnival of Carnage show and the re-release, the digitally remastered version of Intelligence and Violence, ever since that fucking album came out, D-Lyrical's content has been coming back into the fray. He's been talking to a lot of us Juggernaut in Discord. And he's been doing shows. He's been writing music again, and it's funny because, like, it only took him 30 years for his fucking music career to skyrocket, and those are his fucking words. Not 100% his words, but basically that's what he said. It took him like 30 years for this album to get re-released and for his music career to start going somewhere. And I was like, dude, like, he's the first Juggalo. If anybody deserves this type of shit, I think it's him. And not to mention, he's very positive and he's a very kind man. Even though he was fucking drunk and he was like this close to me from time to time when we were having our conversations, but he was really that fucked up. But still, like, he was very positive about everything. And, he's like, I'm here as a fan, like the rest of you guys. And, and I was just like, dude, to me, I feel that to me, and I'm sure to a lot of other Juggalos out there, he deserves that spot. So I think that what I told him I'd do is I'd hit up social media and I would try to share that, so which is what I'm doing right now, is that I'm actually sharing that out. And I'm telling you guys, if that's what you would like to see, if you want to see D-Lyrical at the 20th annual Gathering of the Juggalos, hit up social media. Start telling ICP you want to see that motherfucker on a stage, and doing a performance. And maybe if it works out, like, I mean, he even said this, he even shared this idea with Jump Steady, he told me. And he fucking he told Jump Steady about this. Jump Steady likes the idea, and things of that nature. There was a couple other things. There are a couple of things that he did say that did show in a negative light, but I promised him that I was not going to indulge in that information. I'm just going to tell you, like, not all that glitters is gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the most positive motherfucker can have some dark light shining on him. Which is unfortunate, but, like I said, I'm not going to divulge that negative information because I really don't want to put out any real negativity when it concerns D-Lyrical. Dale was a very nice guy. He's a family man just like myself, and like, he's just trying to find a place to fit into this Juggalo community, which I think he has, and I think that that's something that needs to spread out. I think that maybe, just maybe, if y'all motherfuckers, and myself included, we hit up ICP on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the fuck we got to do, suggest that they get D-Lyrical on a stage at this year's Gathering of the Juggalos. Whether it be, like, I think, honestly, it has to be D-Lyrical has to be there. They need to bring back Danny Kaye, because Danny Kaye like those two motherfuckers, both Danny Kaye and fucking D-Lyrical. Jump-started ICP's career as a whole. Amongst other people like Awesome Dre. Too bad Breed is passed. You know, rest his soul. You know, so like, you know, and a lot of maybe some other local Detroit rappers back in, you know, from back in the day. Like, I don't know. Do you think they could possibly get in touch with Merciless Amir? Like, that would be the shit. So, you know, after that conversation, I go back and I'm going back and forth, just walking around and bumping into motherfuckers. There were quite a few people that did recognize me from the channel and everything, which I thought was really cool. But then ICP starts playing. After about an hour after Esham fucking got off stage. Now, Child's Play Ninja actually ended up asking me this. Which I thought it made a lot of sense. Like, I did say Awesome Dre. He's like, you know, this is like the second year in a row that ICP was hellified late getting up on stage. And since he has kids of his own, and he's trying to do shit for his kids that his dad never fucking did for him, which was everything, do you possibly think, with it being Halloween, that Jay is taking his kids out trick-or-treating, and that's the reason why they've been very late for a lot of their Hallowicked shows? And I was like, okay, yeah, that's you know, that's actually a very good, astute observation. And that does kind of make sense. I wouldn't mind, you know, like, I honestly wouldn't mind if that was the case and Violent J was just like, listen, y'all, I'm late because of the fact that I took my kids out trick-or-treating. I honestly think that would actually be pretty fucking cool. And I can understand that, you know what I'm saying? So, while I'm over there, and this is actually probably my favorite story about the whole thing, Guido shows up at some point, and it's like me, Warlock Side, Guido, Timmy, you know, Echo Side Fiend, Roxy Riddlebox, and we're all fucking, you know, like, enjoying the show and shit like that, and Guido ends up fucking telling me that he got recognized by some people because of the YouTube channel. As he's telling me that, somebody comes up to him and he's just like, oh my fucking god, it's real Guido, what up? And fucking, you know, gives him a dap and everything, and he fucking later, you know, he like, the dude leaves and Guido turns around and he's like, I don't even know who the fuck that is. And I was like, that's the point, motherfucker. That's the whole fucking point. See, let me break it down to you this way, okay? Like, we YouTubers, the creators that are on here, myself, Beastmaster, Child's Play Ninja, Guido, Warlockside, all of us, all of you motherfuckers creating, blogging, talking about events and opinions and shit like that, you gotta understand something. The reason why we first came here in the first place was because we felt that we had a way to broadcast our opinion onto this platform. And there are going to be some people who share your sentiment. And because of that shit, your sharing and broadcasting grows from one person to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next. Whether it's somebody that finds us informative, somebody who agrees with our opinion, or some people who just find us fucking flat out entertaining. There are going to be people that eventually are going to recognize you because of the work that you do on here. That in and of itself is going to make it so you are going to be recognized when you go into that type of shit. When you go to events, when you go to concerts, when you go to clown shows, you are going to fucking get recognized. It's just as simple as that. Take a look at Child's Play Ninja. That motherfucker was near constantly surrounded by like 5 to 20 ninjas having conversations with all these people and stuff like that. When he first started having this happen to him, he didn't know how to take it. But now I see that he does take it in stride. Although, I will say that at some point or another, he does probably get fatigued by it after the show, you know, after the concert and everything. It was a breath of fresh air for Raya. And it was, you know, like that was, you know, that's fine and dandy. Me, I'm just like, I need more. I want more. Like, that's just me though, because I love interacting with people, and I love the feeling, the euphoria that I get when I get recognized at shows and concerts and events and shit. I love that shit, and that was the you know, and it's the shit for me. For Guido, on the other hand, he was like saying that, you know, his social anxiety was at an all-time high because people are just like, you're Guido. And I was like, dude, it comes part and parcel with being a creator. As long as you have a fucking channel and you're making videos on there, you are going to get recognized, and that's just the facts. Now, now, like I said before, I personally don't feel like I consider myself a celebrity. You know, granted the fact that I get recognized or anything and everything, you know, I don't look at myself as a fucking celebrity. But there are other people out there like you guys that watch my shit, and you will look at me in that fashion. But me, hi, I'm just a regular guy. I stole that from Q Strange. You know, but like that was the facts. And that was what I explained to Guido. I don't know how much of it he heard or how much of it he remembered, because he was kind of fucked up. But that was the case. And I think I was able to remember about 80% of all of the fucking lyrics of every song that they fucking played. And 3 of the songs that they ended up playing, definitely, you know, some Hallowicked classics. Dead Pumpkins, Halloween on Military Street, and Mr. Rotten Treats. All in all, I have to say that the concert was a good show. Now, one thing I do have to say is this, when it concerns the live stream that I did at Hallowicked. I do not, under any circumstances, fucking record live concerts. And the reason why that is because I personally feel that that takes away from the freshness of the concert. You know, it's like going, okay, like say you go to a wrestling event instead of watching it on TV. If you're a big, you know, if you're like a big WWE fan and they come to your town, you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be at that show. You don't want to be at home watching this shit when they're in your hometown. You want to be there. It's a completely different feel. Now with, you know, so, you know, like, I hate the fact that I miss wrestling events like the WWE at the Van Allen Arena when they come into Grand Rapids. Sometimes I have to because I can't afford it. But when I go there, it's a completely different ball game, and it's a completely different feeling. And it's the same thing as watching a concert as opposed to actually being there and experiencing it for yourself. You know, it's not because it's like, you know, it's not like the situation, like, say, with Tool. Like, Maynard doesn't want you to fucking record their shows, and they'll actually kick you out if you try. It's gotten to that level with Tool. But I can understand why Maynard doesn't want you to fucking do that, because there's a huge world of difference to watching a concert on YouTube as opposed to actually being there and experiencing it. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to be the type of person to fucking give you that fake bullshit. If you want to see the concert, go to it. That's all I'm saying. Now, when it concerns all of the other bullshit that was going on at that show, hell yeah, dude, I'm down to fucking record me being an asshole. You know, fucking tarting around like an ass and fucking bumping into so many people. So many fucking people. I even ended up writing a list of all the people, like all the people that I can remember bumping into at the show. So, let me see. Oh, there. I didn't even... Okay. Oh, see, yep. I see now. Okay, so now I have Roxy Riddlebox's. I just accepted the friend request, so yay for that. Nevertheless, oh wait, never mind. That's Snaps. I just added Snaps on here. Wow, I didn't even realize that that was your real fucking name. Nevertheless, though, it doesn't matter. So, so yeah, let me go through the list of all of the fucking people that I bumped into. Because yeah, like I said, I posted it out. You know, I posted it on Facebook, and I was like, you know, shout outs and mad love went to Beastmaster, Child's Play Ninja, Lucas Balducci, which is the real Guido, Keegan Alt, Keegan the Creep Ass, Captain Zane, Miss Hollywood, Ivory Priest, Timmy Sullivan, which is Echo Side Fiend, Roxy Red, Flip Flop the Clown, Vincent Monster. I hope I said your name right, Vinny. Dom Pell, Chris Pastor. That was actually the first person that I bumped into, like, one of the first few people that I actually bumped into when I walked out of the hotel room early on in the day. I forgot to mention this shit. Saw Jug Goodman with 2 Four Locos. Sitting down. And he was like, you know, he was like, hey, listen, man. I was wondering if you could actually spread the word, but I've got this vintage Carnival of Carnage jersey that I'm trying to sell. I was like, how much? He's like, I originally got it for $300, but I'm trying to sell it for $75. I was like, why so cheap? He's like, I'm trying to get beer money. Fucking classic for Jug Goodman to try to sell a jersey for like almost a quarter of the price just to fucking get some beer money. Now that's the shit. Also, I also ended up shouting out Church, Big Will, which I bumped into Big Will and Frank Nitty while we were outside. Big Bad Wolf. Then there was D Lyrical, Warlock Side. Ryan, I ended up bumping into him as well. I bumped, like, but, you know, you saw him on the live stream. We ended up fucking talking about him. So, you know, because of the whole fucking, you know, I ended up saying while I was outside, I should have waited until tonight to fucking give him the placemat. But everybody was getting sick and tired of him talking about it. But, you know, it is what it is. And then Roxy Riddlebox, Snap, Sister Hatchet, and Blase Rose. I wrote them in, but I don't see them on Facebook. So, you know, at least now until Snaps. So, like, you know, and then, you know, as well as the few motherfuckers that ended up recognizing me. To anyone else I forgot, fuck you. Because I can't remember your name. And, you know, some people ended up actually fucking reminding me, yeah, you bumped into me. Now, the funny thing was, after the fucking show, we go outside and we're still mingling and shit. We're still talking and, you know, just trying to come down from all of this shit. And there is a homeless guy that's standing outside with a ram on a leash. I'm going to repeat that for the sake of repeating that. There is a homeless guy standing outside of the fucking industrial center with a ram on a leash. This dude had a pet ram. And that ended up coming up at, like, while CPN was doing a live stream sitting in Wolf's car. And I was like, is that a homeless guy with a goat? Like, there's a homeless guy standing outside with a fucking goat. I know there's a difference between a goat and a ram, but it was far, so I couldn't tell the difference. You know, not to mention I didn't hear him say, oh, yeah, the old man hit me with a rowing oar today. Ah, fuck my life. You know, that kind of shit. Like, I didn't see any of that shit. But, like, there was a lot of people that fucking, you know, like, I bumped into, a fucking kicked it with and chilled, and it was a fucking blast. To me, I honestly felt that that was probably some of the, you know, like, another one of the best experiences that I've had. Now, the whole thing when it can, yeah, it fucking rank smell, dude. Like, I walked past it, and I had to get the fuck out of there. Like, dude, it smelled worse than Ram Ranch, okay? Like, this dude, I hope that dude was taking good care of that ram. But something tells me, like, if you think about it, it's a homeless guy in Detroit with a ram. I'm pretty sure that that ram is not being well taken care of. And if it is, it's being taken care of like Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud. afterwards, we ended up fucking going back to the hotel and we chilled out for a while. To a point where, like, we had so much people, so many people fucking chilling outside of the fucking hotel. I mean, we were smoking. Everybody was, everybody but me was drinking, smoking, and everything, and just chilling and talking and having a good time. I don't know per se, but I can imagine. Now, the conversations and everything, like, I honestly can't say what was going on, because at this point it's like it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I cannot, I had to drink a Red Bull just to stay awake because I was planning on driving home. I'm sure I actually think the Ram probably smelled worse than the homeless guy. But, yeah, so, like, we ended up going back there and we fucking chilled for a little bit. Just having random conversations. There was this chick who had a fucking bullhorn. And, she was saying random shit on there. Like, my favorite thing that she ended up doing was turning around and she's like, hey, you with the erectile dysfunction. And then somebody turned around. She's like, made you turn around. Just classic Juggalo troll shit from The Gathering. You can't, nowadays, you can't even fucking avoid it. And I was, she ends up saying that's classic fucking Juggalo Gathering trolls. And I was like, still to this day, I think that the best troll is fuck yo sleep. CPN at some point ended up fucking saying something about that, and I was just like, yeah, but, like, you hotel gather now. So I would think that you would get away from that. He's like, no, sir. No. Like, there will still be people that'll walk down the fucking hotel banging on fucking doors and yelling, fuck yo sleep, and then run off. And shit. But as I was waiting, as I was chilling, I fucking seen Wolf come up, drop off Sister Hatchet and CPN, and they stopped at fucking Checkers. And Sister Hatchet only ate like half of her fucking burger, and she hands it to me, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And I took a bite, and she's, and then she goes back to it, and she looks at it again, and she's just like, Crazy, do you want this? I was like, well, I was going to stop at White Castle, but fuck it, I can't say no to free. So I took her, so she gave me a fucking burger. Well, half a burger, but whatever, I ate it. No, the Ram actually tried to fucking run away at some point, and the dude had it on a leash, and he was trying to fucking pull it away. But, let's see, I drove halfway, stopped at Lansing at a truck stop, and crashed for 2 hours. No, fuck that shit, dude. I drove all the way home, because I had to get home. I timed it perfectly, too. I had to drive back home, stopped a couple of times to, like, get cigarettes, or to get fucking Faygo, or Red Bull or something, in order to keep myself awake. And I'm watching live streams from everybody that was live streaming at fucking Hallowicked, everybody that I know. And I also ended up watching the Fat Goon video just to preoccupy myself at that entire fucking, with that entire fucking thing. Unfortunately, Guido, there wasn't a fuck that chair that I could fuck up. Like, that would have been the shit, though. That, it probably would have been a better wrestling match than the match that I saw at the after party. There was only one match. There was only like a couple of wrestling matches that were there, but they canceled the after party due to the fact that ICP showed up late. They didn't start the after party until 1 o'clock, and they had to kick everybody out by 2. That was fucking lame, but it is what it is. And I also bumped into Mankini, but Mankini didn't look like that he was really interested in fucking saying hi. Like, I walked up to Mankini, I was just like, hey, what up, man? Good to see you. And that's all I wanted to fucking say. But, like, his dap was weak, and he fucking, like, after the dap, he just walked away. Like, he wanted to get the fuck out of there or some shit like that. I was just like, what the fuck? Fucking Mankini, you goddamn asshole. No, it doesn't, Siznak. Trust me, I've tried. But Roadhead is a completely different situation because, you're not using any energy to jerk yourself off. Just saying. A trip to Wisconsin one time proved that right. And that is the reason why my girlfriend's song and I is Wonderwall by Oasis. little bit of tidbit of information at that point. So that was basically my entire Hallowicked experience. On the drive home basically was forever in a fucking day. Due to the fact that I had to get back to my house, grab a work shirt, grabbed a pillow, had to drop the car back off at my mother's, and she had to get she had to be up so that way she could take my kids to school and get to work on time. So so like I ended up sleeping there, and I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep because my girlfriend decided to call me at noon to to ask me some dumb question. And I'm like, I don't even remember what it was. I was like, fucking, I'm trying to sleep. So with that being said, that was the entire gathering experience. And I mean, not gathering, my bad. No, it was that was a Hallowicked experience, and I hadn't been to a Hallowicked in like 14 years. So that was actually pretty cool. Being able to do that and shit. Now the story behind the scenes about this was pretty interesting. But it was about like a week and a half ago, actually 2 weeks now. Katie and I are sitting in here in the living room, and she ends up asking me if I really do want to go to Hallowicked. And I told her that I wanted to, but like I want to ensure that she comes with. And she's like, well, I'm not interested. I'm not fully interested in it. I'd much rather go trick-or-treating and shit. And I was like, are you sure? Like, because I really don't want to go if you're not going to fucking go. Because I know there's going to be people over there that, that you're going to want to fucking hang out with. Obviously, like Sister Hatchet, because obviously Sister Hatchet was there. And plus, I'm sure that she would like to be introduced to some other people. She might even kick it. She might even hit it off with fucking Blase Rose, for God's sakes. Not to mention, there's some other juggalettes that are there that would probably like to see the, she who grounds the Kreyz McKormik, and fucking just, find out how much of a fucking dick I am or something. I'm sure that would be very awesome for them, but it is what it is. And I was like, are you sure that you don't want to go? She's like, yes. I was like, well, I don't want to go either. She's like, Kevin, your best friend from YouTube is going to be in Detroit. Why don't you go there and hang out with him and all of your friends? Are you sure? Yes, she says. All right. And I fucking picked up my phone and I started ordering my fucking ticket. Oh yeah, Hallowicked was definitely like it was definitely like a fucking mini gathering, and so many people that we knew were there. Juggalo rolled fucking deep, not gathering deep, but definitely fucking deep. Now, with that being said, now that I got all of that shit done and over with, let's see, I actually need to get in touch with Echo Side Fiend because he said that he wanted a call. So I'm just giving him the forewarning right now that I am going to call him in. So, alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. This should work. Oh wait, I gotta turn off the... Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Let's see. Echo Side Fiend just told me, give me a couple of minutes because he needs to pour a beer. So I will go ahead and fucking hit up on the chat for a minute. So let's see what you guys are fucking talking about. Right, yeah, no shit. Echo Side Fiend says if Katie had gone to Hallowicked, she would have just shut that down too. Yeah, that's actually something I was going to fucking talk about at some point. Yeah, I might as well fucking talk about that for a little bit. No, I didn't kick Ryan in the nuts over that goddamn placemat. I gave him the placemat, and, you know, he's happy, so, you know, whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. And one thing that I totally forgot about was the fact that we got Doritos in this bitch. We got Doritos in this bitch. And I bought these just for the sake of fucking, you know, I was like, I'm gonna do a live stream. I gotta have Doritos in this bitch. But yeah, I guess I might as well talk about that for a little bit. I'm sure a lot of you already watched it, but yeah, Child's Play Ninja ended up finding Magic Ninja headquarters. And he fucking walked in and he pissed in that bitch. And then he fucking came out and somebody ended up fucking recognizing him, obviously, and ended up fucking saying, "What the fuck are you doing here?" I mean, what the fuck do you think he's doing there? Like, everybody kind of figured that something like that shit was gonna fucking happen. CPN in fucking Detroit, and he's like, I'm gonna hit all the fucking major hotspots, and he checked, like, he ended up checking out 8 Mile, he checked out fucking Verner, Woodward Avenue, shit like that, and he also found the Fago building, and so, like, both of them, actually. So, fucking, why not go to Magic Ninja headquarters and bring it to them? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Monoxide say that he wished a motherfucker would? And then when a motherfucker does, try to get his birthday present, because happy birthday, boy. And try to give him a Christmas gift too, because, happy birthday. And he don't show up, motherfucker, we knew you were there. Like, anybody who watched that shit knew you were there, but you were all too fucking scared to show up. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was hilarious as fuck. That entire situation. I watched that shit laughing my ass off. I was watching it during my break, and I was like, I know who I'm calling as soon as I get out of work. All right, Timmy, I don't know if this might not be a phone number that you recognize or anything like that, so, like, just bear with, I guess. All right. Okay. Okay, it's calling. Here we go.
What up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not too much. So I've got the TV on mute, so it should be shouldn't be have any echo or anything.
Yeah, it actually sounds fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
So sorry, my voice is a little blown out from the whole weekend of concerts and yelling and screaming and talking over music and all that. So.
Well, that's what you get for going to Fright Fest and Hallowicked.
Yeah, I know. And I went to Fright Fest in Grand Rapids on Monday as well. So.
Oh shit! Was it like the same set?
It was similar. It was they switched it up a little bit, but there was a lot of the same. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you ended up asking me if you wanted to be up, if I could let you be up on here. I take it that you had something that you wanted to fucking talk about.
Nothing in particular. Really just kind of going over everything. Like pretty much everything you already said, but just. I thought it was pretty cool because, like, you and I have been friends for, a couple of years now, and that was the first Hallowicked that we've ever got to hang out together. So
yeah.
So we've been to, several shows together, but just, like past couple of years, I've always invited you, and you always wanted to go, take your kids trick-or-treating, which is admirable. And this year you're able to make it, so like, that's fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, the reality is that I always want to go to Hallowicked, but due to the fact that I got kids,
You always said you wanted to, but you just, had stuff to do with your family,
Yeah. No, oh, by the way, CRM, it's not Cool Ranch, it's actually white cheddar. Like, yeah, I don't know if you see this, but I got Doritos in this bitch.
So, one thing I did want to ask you, that was your first time obviously being at the Russell. What do you think of the Russell?
I liked it. I thought it was really cool that they did it there. Like, it's a lot better than, you know, I think the last time that I went, it was in 2004, and I think it was at St. Andrews. And, I mean...
yeah, no, 2004 was Royal Oak Music Theater.
Okay, yeah, I get so much of that shit fucking mixed up.
My friend of mine went, so we were at the same show there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was there. The last time, you know, and when I was there, like, one of the first Juggalo celebrities that I actually bumped into was Roddy Hogan. He tried to make me fucking do an impression of Hulk Hogan and was weak as fuck. But like, it was interesting because at the same time, I was like, dude, I do a better fucking Macho Man impression than I do Hulk Hogan. But, you know, like,
nice.
But at the time, you know, it was just like, oh my God, it's Roddy Hogan. And he wants me to do a Hulk Hogan. So, you know, he wants me to do a fucking Hulk Hogan impression. And I'm like, and like very timid and shit. Well, let me tell you something, brother. I can't do it right. And he's like, well, let me tell you something crazy. You've got to put a little bit more emphasis into it, brother. And I'm like, holy shit. You are Hulk Hogan.
I actually met that guy. I don't want to get too far off topic of Hallowicked, but I did meet him one time at a SmackDown show in Lansing, and I was talking to somebody else. He was sitting in front of me, and I said something about ICP, and he turned around, and he goes, you better not be talking shit about ICP, brother. And I was wearing a backwards hat, and I turned around and had the Hatchet Man, and he just, like, gave me a big-ass hug. He was like, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about shit about my boys. I'm like, fuck no, dude. It's, like, my favorite fucking band. Yeah. And I ended up chit-chatting with him for a little bit. So.
Right.
It's pretty cool. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I've been hearing that he's been going through some shit.
I actually was wondering if he's still, like, I don't mean to sound dark, but I was wondering if he was still alive, because I haven't seen him around.
I haven't either. I don't know. He's been going through some shit the last I seen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might try to see if I can hit him up or something like that, see how he's doing, because I think...
We'll find out, but yeah, I mean, one thing, another thing, I didn't say one thing, another thing, and now, have you seen ICP in Detroit, like, at, like, the Fillmore? The old State Theater across from Comerica Park?
No.
Okay, because, like, one thing I did want to bring up, and I'm actually kind of curious what other people think about this, like, so, I've seen them, you know, they always used to do Hallowicked at the Fillmore, and I have to admit, as awesome as the Russell is, I have to admit, seeing them do Hallowicked at the Fillmore has a little bit of a different feel in a better way, I think, because I always feel like, so we all know the story of ICP, we all know how hard they worked in the city of Detroit, busted their asses to get their name out there, and I always feel like seeing them at the Fillmore on Halloween in Detroit, you know, year after year, kind of like solidified their place in Detroit in the music scene. It's like, holy shit, these guys are selling out the fucking Fillmore, the State Theater, it used to be called, in Detroit, Halloween, year after year, you know, and it gave you this feeling, if I can put this into words properly, it felt you'd be there at this show with all the Juggalos, everybody, all the ninjas, on Halloween, and it just felt like, it was like, holy shit, I mean, this is long after ICP made it, but it was like, it made it feel like, holy shit, these guys run Detroit, you know, this is their fucking territory. And being at the Russell, it just kind of feels like a nightclub that they're just playing at, to me, and that's not any way, you know, knocking them playing at the Russell, but it has a different feel. So that's why I was wondering if you had seen them there at the Fillmore before, and it just, I don't know, it just has like it feels more, I don't know, it felt like more at home at the Fillmore. That's about the best way I can describe it. Don't get me wrong, the Russell's awesome. It's so cool how they have all that room to do all that cool stuff, but the Fillmore really felt authentic. It really felt Hallowicked authentic. That's about the best way I can say it.
Right. Like, the only downside to to the industrial center that I noticed.
Yeah.
Was the beams that are holding up the ceiling and shit stop them from being able to launch Fago as far as they, I've seen them throw them very fucking far.
Where we were standing, there was one right up. Remember, it landed on the rafter.
Yeah,
like it was going to come down, but it never did.
It never did. Like it's probably still there for all we know. Like we joked about that shit, saying,
It'll probably be there next year. We'll have to, if we go, I mean, I'll be going. Hopefully you can make it next year. We'll have to look and see if we can see it up there. They're just like, fuck it. I'm not bringing a lift way out there to get a bottle of Fago down.
Right. Yeah, we were joking about that too. Like that's what I was gonna say. Was like I bet you were like, I bet you if they have this here next year and we come and it's still gonna be there, it's gonna be funnier than shit. Now I actually have a question for you though. And the basic question is, so you went to Fright Fest and you went to Hallowicked, and I'm sure that there's gonna be obviously there's people that are playing one side over the other that would rather go to Hallowicked and not Fright Fest and vice versa. So from the perspective of somebody that has gone to both, like you can probably feel a difference between both of the shows.
Oh yeah, right off the bat, like just anybody watching, I'm gonna say, and Crazy knows this. I play it in the middle. I still support Twisted. I do want to put out there that I have lost a little bit of respect for them as people, as far as some of the shit they pulled, some of the shit they said. But I still love their music, and I support them as artists. And I also support Magic Ninja. And then I also would like to say that if I were forced to pick, I'm psychopathic, no joke, no question. But between the two, yes, and this is not me taking psychopathic side. Hallowicked was definitely had a better, more together feel, more family feel. The Fright Fest show was packed. If anybody tries to say it wasn't, they're full of shit. It was fucking packed. There were a lot of people who were there to see Motionless in White. There's no doubt about that. I also had never seen or heard Motionless in White. They were fucking pretty badass. I'm going to put that out there. But there definitely was people there who were there to see Motionless in White, but the crowd did not empty out right after they were done. Twisted still had the place packed. But it did just feel like a concert, and it has felt like that the last several times that I've seen Twisted. It doesn't feel like a bunch of people there to hang out and see Twisted and like we're all there to rock out. It just feels like a lot of people just going to see this concert, which is fine. That's totally fine. I go to concerts all the time that are not Juggalo related, and people are just there to see a concert or see a band. However, you get to Hallowicked the next night, and of course Crazy can say this as well. You get there and everybody is just there together. We're all hanging out. People are coming up, and I did get recognized by a few people that I did not know from being on YouTube. But it wasn't that all night. It was people that are friends, and we're all hanging out. We're all there to see ICT, and it felt so much more together. And that's also, I'm not trying to knock Twisted, but their crowd is a little different these days. And it was still a great show. Twisted's show was fantastic. But I would definitely say between the two, Hallowicked was far more enjoyable as far as just being there as fans and Juggalos and just hanging out and having a good time. So.
Right. So basically it's like, okay, going to Twisted, it's kind of more of a fan feel, but going to Hallowicked is definitely a Juggalo feel.
Yeah, definitely. And that's not to say that the Twisted show wasn't fun and it wasn't like uninviting or unwelcoming. It just definitely was like people are there to just, the feeling was to me that people are there to just kind of see the band and see the show, whereas Hallowicked, it felt like we're all coming together to celebrate Halloween in Detroit with our fucking boys and our fucking homies, you know?
Right. Like, did you get recognized at all while you were at Fright Fest?
No, nope, not at all. No, but I did have a few people besides when you and I were hanging out at Hallowicked or me and Beastmaster. I had a few different people when I was just like hitting the bathroom or grabbing a beer or whatever. Right. I had a guy come up to me. I wish I'd have caught his name. I was kind of in a hurry to get back to Twisted. Or I'm sorry, ICP was just starting, but this dude came up to me and was like, "Hey man, I love you on Carnival Spirits and I love your channel." And I was like, "Hey, cool, thanks, dude." And then he was like, as I was walking away, he kind of like grabbed my shoulder and was like, "Oh, an atheist Juggalo too, man." He's like, "You helped me out, dude. That was awesome." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude." And I kind of slapped him 5, and I was about 20 feet away, and I turned back around. I was like, "Oh, I should have like caught his name and said, said something." And then he was got off into the crowd, and I didn't get a chance to catch his name. But if you are listening, homie, thank you for supporting me on my channel, and I hope that I was able to help you out with atheism and all that kind of stuff. So.
See, like, you were around me when I was getting getting recognized and everything, and like when somebody came up to me, like this is just how I figured it out. It's just basically, like when they're like, "Are you Kreyz McKormik?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And so so at that point, you want to get their name right then and there. So be like, what do they call you? What's your name? So they'll tell you. So that way it gives you that fucking connection right there. That's the way it was for me. That's just what I figured out.
It's still kind of all new to me too. I'm like really only got recognized for the first time like half a year ago. Without me standing next to somebody like you or Beastmaster. And I'm still trying to get into the habit of, "Hey, yeah, what's your name?" And I'm still. Like I said, I took a few steps away, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I should catch his name," and I turned around and he was gone. I'm like, "Fuck," but I'm trying to get used to that. So if people do ever like say hi to me and I don't say something, I'm still trying to get into that habit. So
right, I mean, like it just kind of comes natural. Like as it starts to happen more and more, then it's probably going to start coming more natural.
Yeah, for sure. I've only had it happen a few times so far, but I'm very appreciative of the times that it has. So.
Like, how did that make you feel though, being recognized like that?
It's weird because I've never had anything like that before. I'm not in a band. I'm not a musician. Throughout the years, myself supporting all the local bands around here in Grand Rapids, I know we know a lot of the same people. Even before you and I were friends, we've known a lot of the same people. People would recognize me from going to shows all the time. I actually would have bands give me shout-outs while they're on stage. I got thanked in some liner notes and stuff, from local bands. But that was just me supporting, these bands that I like, and for me, now being on YouTube and talking about something that's very near and dear to my heart, being Juggalo stuff, or if I talk about wrestling, things like that, to get recognized for that is totally brand new, and it is, like, it's very humbling, especially when it's, like, somebody that, like, I would never know otherwise, if they live a long ways away from me or whatever, it's really cool, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how did that make you feel? You obviously already answered the question because, like, I think you were standing next to me when somebody ended up recognizing Guido, and he really didn't know how to fucking take it.
Yeah, I was standing right there when the guy came walking by. I was like, "Happy Hallowicked, Guido," and he was like, "Thanks," and like fist bumped him over, and he turns back to you and I, and he goes, "I don't know who that was."
Right. That's kind of the point. Like once you're on social media and you start getting that fan base, people are going to start recognizing you at shows. You're just going to have to get used to it, or just completely fucking fall off the map altogether.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like it's weird. I didn't really know how to prepare for it, And again, it's not super overwhelming, but it's just like you're kind of taken aback, It's like, whoa, what do you say, So.
Like at first I wasn't like sure what to do, but eventually I just grew to love that interaction. But then again, I'm kind of an attention whore.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you get recognized a lot, being around you. So it's like you must be used to it by now. Or maybe not used to it, but you know how to deal with it.
Oh yeah, you get used to it after a while, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, what? A week from tomorrow, we'll be rolling to Lansing, so maybe we'll run into some folks out there. That'll be cool.
That would be cool, just to be able to get some, just to get some, people recognizing us in our home state, that are from our home state.
Definitely streaming out there, for sure.
But let's see. For some reason, Guido wants to fucking get up on here.
Well, if you need to get him in here, I can jump out and let him in. So.
Well, I gotta find his phone number for some reason. It's not like. Yeah, because like all of like a lot of my like I think I ended up explaining this at Hallowicked, but a bunch of my phone numbers that I had like just fucking disappeared. So I don't have.
Yeah, that happened before.
Yeah, it kind of fucking sucks. I mean, surprisingly, like your phone number was still hooked up to my shit, but
yeah, I don't even know if I have your actual phone number because your one phone you said you broke or whatever. So I like all the last times I think we talked, I just called you on Messenger. You know? So.
Yeah. So Guido, if you like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna have to send him a message, let him know that if he wants me to call him, he's gonna have to give me his phone number.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, so that was the wrong fucking thing. Yeah, he's gonna have to fucking text me his number or something. Fuck. I'm already on that coon level at this point.
Yep, you're joining the carnival of coonery.
As of right now. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. He gave me his phone number, so I'm gonna fucking punch it in, and I'm gonna let you go so that way I can get in touch with him.
Right on. Well, cool. Thanks for having me on. I'll let Guido up. So just before I go, hey to everybody in the chat, and happy Hallowicked. A little bit late to everybody.
Yes. All right. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother. If I don't talk to you before, I'll hit you up for the weekend.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So that we got that. So. All right, so yep, that was Echo Side Fiend, everybody. So boom. God damn it, Guido! Like he just sent me a message on Facebook saying Ben had my phone number. Well, yeah, motherfucker, but then I broke my phone and I lost most of half of my contacts. So suck my dick. All right, here we go.
What up, though?
What up?
Yo, fucking Hallowicked, man, has truly inspired me to get back into fucking YouTube.
Oh, no shit.
Way more harder than what I've been doing, like half-ass videos and procrastinating like a motherfucker. But no, what I was trying to tell you in chat, though, is that before running into you, initially in the parking lot, whenever I went in with my boy Jarrett from Mount Pleasant, I had 3 people buy me shots because they knew me from fucking YouTube.
See?
And they knew me from the fucking Baby Dingle videos and shit like that.
That thing, dude, that fucking video is gonna hang over your goddamn head forever. Just
oh,
so
I know. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I mean, I met Sugar Slam back during the, which tour was it? Goddamn, so long ago. I think it was the Can't Nibble the Scribble tour out in Detroit. I met Sugar Slam. She was at, the Isham show, and she walked up to me and she's like, "You're the real Guido kid, right?" I was like, "Yeah, and you're Sugar Slam, right?" And she's like, "Yeah. You made that fucking Baby Dingle shit, didn't you?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I did." Her and I had a good laugh, and then she fist bumped me, and then she went on to talk to Moon, who's Isham's manager, and they were kicking it and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Fucking hey, man, that show was off the fucking hook.
So, like, is there a...
Stitches got into the crowd and was punching motherfuckers in the mosh pit. I got footage of that I'm still trying to get uploaded on YouTube. I got so much footage on my phone that I can't get it to upload because my internet speed is so fucking laggy, and it takes like 6 hours to upload a 10-minute clip. So, yeah.
So, like, how was your experience with Hallowicked, man?
What's that?
How did you, like, I'm assuming, obviously, that you, fucking really loved being at Hallowicked. I mean, even despite the fact that, like, Isham was there, and I know how hard on Isham's nuts you are. You know,
this is part of you are with ITPs, but, you know.
Right. I mean, but like the experience as a whole.
Regardless, dude, I would have gone, honestly. Regardless, you know, with that stack card that they had. The only, what would have been the cherry on top was to see Ouija and Light both being there.
Yeah,
like,
I think
performing. You know what I mean? That would have been like that would be like the cherry on the top of the fucking show. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, like, Ouija was supposed to perform at the after party, but obviously the after party got cut short. But I didn't really have a problem with it myself. Because, like, you know, like Echo Side Fiend said on the show, just before I let him go, fucking, you know, he and I are going to be going to go see that Ouija Mat concert at the Loft in Lansing.
Yeah, I was thinking about hitting that up shortly.
Why not, dude? Fucking do it up.
I was gonna say, let's all just roll out together. Shit, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell my boss that I'm not coming in next week. Like,
right.
I'm just gonna be like, I can't make. I'm not gonna be able to make it on. Like, I've already had like a fucking thing about going to the fucking shit. And okay, so like, oh yeah, and James, I'm sorry, Church is fucking saying that he was a jive turkey motherfucker on Wednesday. Like, did you get to witness that? Like, a whole lot of it. Oh yeah. He fucking, yeah, he's like, I cooned. Like, he got fucking lit the fuck up. Like, he was probably the most drunk motherfucker I had seen. And
you've seen me.
And I've seen Jug Goodman. And, like,
that's true.
Yeah. I've seen Jug Goodman fucked up, but, like, I had seen James Church more fucked up. I had seen Church more.
Have I ever met Echo Side Fiend, though, real quick?
What's that?
Have I ever met Echo Side Fiend, like, in person prior before Hallowicked?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because I honestly, I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was how I was with all of Hallowicked. Like, the chick that was the Cupcake Queen or whatever it was on the Echo Side card game. Christy something? I can't remember her last name. I don't want to say her public name, but you know what I mean?
Wait.
I met her at the show.
Oh.
You know, the pink hair chick or whatever? Yeah, I met her at the show, and we were talking about the types of juggalos that there are. Like, there's metalheads, there's stoners, there's this, there's that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you're all decked out in RLP. Why are you at a juggalo show? Is that just because you're here for Isham? I'm like, no, I'm here for the family, man.
Right.
She's like, oh, okay. And I said, but I'm not that kind of juggalo. Right? And then that became the catchphrase of the whole entire night with me and Shy, or my boy Jarrett. We were like, we're just kept on saying, but we're not those kind of juggalos. We're not that kind of juggalo. So this is what I'm pitching, right? I want to make a shirt. I don't care if you get the proceeds or not. I just want a shirt of it, right? It has a hashtag that says, but I'm not that kind of juggalo. Because it could be applied to fucking anything, right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, Kevin, you don't smoke weed? Crazy doesn't smoke weed? What? Yeah, he's not that kind of juggalo.
No,
you see where I'm going with this?
I'm like the one step away from being straight edge juggalo.
Right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know. But like, you know, like those guys that are like, oh, you're a juggalo? You like twisted, right? No, bro, I'm not that kind of juggalo. You see what I'm saying? You can be applied in many different fucking ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like, let's say like a non-juggalo person, right? Like a normie, right?
Right.
Oh, you're a juggalo? Oh, so that means you do drugs, right? No, I'm not that. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It can be applied in many ways.
Fucking Siznek ended up asking, is Guido that kid that was in the red RLP jacket? Didn't you get that jacket from Isham?
Yes, I did. He hand-delivered it to me. Because of all the promotional work I've done. A lot of people get it misconstrued that I paid for shit. No. No, bro. And also, the other thing was, we got that clout. That was the other thing that we was all saying. We got that clout.
Well, I mean, that's like the third thing now. I mean, like that's the third. That's like the third thing that you've kind of been in doing, like whether it be like in the chat or in real life. It's like I got that clout. Hashtag I'm not that kind of juggalo, and something about gay frog emojis.
Gay frog emojis, yeah. Alex Jones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati, all that stuff, yeah. Fucking memes. But no, but yeah, we didn't see Insane Clown Posse. We saw Insane Clout Posse, bro.
Right. The only downside that I have to say is I didn't get to see Jeff Hardy on stage. I mean, he is the long lost third member of Insane Clown Posse.
He really is, though, for real. But that's because he was in Saudi Arabia, right?
No, he was.
Or was that tonight? I can't remember.
No, that was this past Tuesday in Charlotte.
Gotcha. But yeah, dude, like, so the thing that I said about SFF.
Yeah.
Straight Jacket and Esham are co-producing it. That's why I got set back. Esham's also producing some work with Light. That's why Light shit got set back. And Ouija's water damage. Half of it's Esham, half of it is Death, and half of it is Straight Jacket.
Okay.
So that's out there. I got a lot of more info that I could tell you off being broadcasted. You know what I'm saying?
Shit that you're not allowed to fucking say.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's fine.
There's a lot of shit going down in the works right now. So yeah, let's just say Psychopathic and RLP are basically one.
Nice. Mending fences again?
Like, all the fucking stitches that were sewn and ripped from past are being repacked on.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, back in the day when they mended fences, one of the things that Esham ended up saying was, sometimes family fights. And that was actually something that me and D-Lyrical fucking talked about. He's like, don't give me that never shit in saying that something's never gonna fucking happen. Because I can guarantee you, like, 5 years down the road, maybe even 10 years down the road, eventually I can guarantee you that ICP and Twisted are gonna fucking get back together again. If it, like, even if it means that they have to put their pride aside, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you have to put their pride aside because both companies are so fucking down that they need money, they'll fucking work with each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how I look at the whole Twisted thing and ICP thing, I'm on ICP side throughout the whole entire fucking thing. Whenever it comes to being humans, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I'm on Twisted side when it comes to money and business aspect, okay? Now let me elaborate that, okay? Twisted right now, they're only signing musicians who have fully finished projects, okay? And then they're just using that finished project, and these groups and musicians are using Twisted's M&E label as an umbrella to massively put out shit, like a distribution, right?
Distribution? Yeah, it's pretty much it. I mean, that was the whole thing that we figured that shit out with when they did Underground Avengers.
Now here's the other thing with ICP, with Psychopathic, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Light is trying to launch Monstar Entertainment, right? And Ouija Mac is doing like these pop-up sales, one-time only and one-time only shows, is because now what I love about Ouija, unlike Light, he's doing some stuff for the community out in Flint, which is great, and Dandy and all that.
Water.
But he's focusing on him, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing with Ouija is that the reason why you don't see any merch for Ouija on Psychopathic is because Psychopathic is going through merchnow.com as their distributor for their merchandise now. That's why the qualities of jerseys and shit like that is like on prime, on point, like a motherfucker. Now, if you want to break it down business-wise, get this, right? I've done a lot of digging into this, and I haven't been on YouTube for a while, so bear with me, right? So, and if you break it down, merchnow.com, whenever they sell a musician t-shirt, right, they list it for like $30 to $25, right?
Yeah.
It's minus $5 for shipping and handling to whatever state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So roughly that's 20 to 30 bucks that the musician is making, that overall the shirt's going for, right?
Right.
Now, merch now takes 65% of revenue from the T-shirt, so then they can reproduce, say, 2 more of those same shirts, right?
Okay.
Keep fluctuating, right? And then that remaining, I believe it's, if my math's correct, that remaining 35% or 40% or whatever goes to the musicians themselves, right?
Right.
So let's say ICP makes a shirt for $25 and they're selling it for $25. ICP gets 10 bucks. Merch now probably gets like, I don't know, like $12, and then the shipping and handling fees and all that gets taken away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the distribution's going right now with Psychopathic. Unlike Twisted, I think they're just splitting it 50-50, 50% with the company, the repressed merch, and the other 50% going to the artists. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, with like a trio act like AXC or like Underground Avengers, right? It gets split off into 3, and then they just get a little bit here and there, right?
Okay.
Now, with Ouija, whenever he's doing these separate pop-up sales like he's been doing, it's just him and whatever distributor that he chooses to go with. And my guess is with like Lazy and Crazy and all these other independent distributors, like You Offend My Eyes and stuff like that, who are charitable donators, they're probably getting money from tax return for the donations for charity events, right?
Right.
At the end of the year, which is smart whenever it comes to like retail and like, you know, shit like that. And Ouija's pocketing almost all the money. That's why he's able to afford all those fucking grills that he's got. Now, he keeps talking about buying a car for people and stuff like that, or hooking people up with a car. I think that, to be honest, put your money where your mouth is. Buy a motherfucker a car. Why the fuck not? You know, buy a car for somebody that's actually in the struggle, that actually fucking needs it. You know what I mean? Right. I'm sure he's gone all over the fucking place with ICP by now, like a tour, and he might have met some down and trout juggalos who are in actual need, not just like, hey man, I got like a full-time job, this, that, and the other, and it's 5 minutes away. No. I'm sure he probably met like a motherfucker that $5 to get a ticket to get into the show, can't afford a merch or nothing, and probably talked with him and kicked it with him or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but that's my whole opinion on the whole spiel, though. Like, but for right now, on the human side and moral side, I go with ICP. But whenever it comes to business and financing and all that, I would go with Twisted. But for me, I'm RLP all day, so I'm basically neutral. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather go to a ICP event versus a Twisted event. But I would rather see Twisted side acts that they're constantly signing, more than just ICP and then one other artist of theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Hey, man, I got to let you go. I got another call I got to make.
All right, that's all good. I'll tune in.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, all right?
Yep, for sure.
All right, peace. All right. So let's get this other phone call in. And here we go.
Hello?
Hey, what up?
What up? Hey, stop that. What up? What up?
Nothing much. Live on the channel.
You're live on the channel. What up, fam?
But fam.
What, fam?
Oh God, dude, fucking people have been fucking haranguing me about wanting me to call you to. I guess they want. I guess they want to hear about it.
They want to hear about it? Okay, like, what do they want to know? I mean, everything was in the video, fam.
I know.
Oh, well, almost everything except for that little cut part.
Oh yeah, like there was a little bit of a cut in that whole situation when it concerns.
If you didn't watch it live, it doesn't, because the way YouTube did it, because it cut and then reconnected, it all just kind of went together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, if you were watching it live, the cut would it went off air for a while, and then it came back on for a while, for 5, maybe 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the amount of time, that went by, but it was a good amount of time. Supposedly, there's some rumor going around that Twisted released security camera footage of what happened. I don't think they would do that, though, only because, it's incriminating evidence, because Dustin hit me, I did not hit him, and I did not come at him aggressive in any way.
Right.
So, pretty sure they're trying footage. Chuck's already starting rumors that Dustin took me to the ground and all that, which did not fucking happen.
If it did actually happen, we would have at least heard a thud on the ground,
Right. So people keep asking me why I didn't swing back. Dustin had boys with him, and I was by myself, and I was on their turf. If people don't get that, then that's not my problem for them not to understand that. Had they started swinging to the point where I thought I was going to get hurt, then yeah, I'm punching anything that moves.
Right.
But the way, Dustin did not hit me hard, and that's the funniest thing. They're like, CPN got fucking swung on, he got owned. No, Dustin, honestly, I have never been punched that light in my face in my life, fam. I'm not exaggerating that. That was the most gingerous punch I've ever taken in my face, ever.
How would you compare it to fucking Sid Jones getting slapped by Chuck?
Dude, Chuck probably slapped Sid harder than Dustin punched me.
Oh my god.
No, I actually got punched at the gathering harder than Dustin punched me by fucking Roxy.
Oh my god, that's... Oh, wow.
You know the story of Roxy punching me, right?
I think I might.
So, Roxy, this was right after Wolf did his security thing and dragged that dude out of the show for starting that fight at Yaya set. Mm-hmm. So Roxy gets into the seat next where Wolf was sitting. She gets into the seat next to me in the car, and me and her are talking. And she goes, "You want to know something, CPN? I got a lot of attention after you interviewed me. You kind of made me more known, so I just want to thank you for that." And I said, cool, She's like, "But I'm still mad at you over that contest." And I said, "Come on, did you not see that Lakeland picture? That Lakeland picture is lit, fam, and that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the contest."
Right.
And so we're talking, and then somehow from that conversation, it turned into... She was telling us about her job where she works at this place that's real famous for their pies, and she has to wear a 1950s housewife thing when they do the presenting and the serving of the pies and stuff like that, right? That's part of the attire. And I said, "So what you're telling me is that we have successfully turned this hoe into a housewife?" And she fucking chest punched me, bro, for saying that. And that... I was bitching about that for fucking 5 minutes. Or 10 minutes even. It fucking still hurt after a while. I was like, "God damn, Roxy, what the fuck?" And she's like, "Tough it out, stop being a little bitch." I was like, "God damn, you hit me fucking hard. What the fuck, Roxy? God damn, you punched me in the chest. That shit hurts. It still hurts."
Right.
I'm sitting there telling her, I had a mark on my chest. I had a bruise on my chest from her punching me, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
when Dustin hit me, the pain went away in less than 30 seconds.
No shit. Oh my
Bro,
god.
I swear to God. There was no fucking crazy after pain. There was no nothing, and there's not even so much as a swell or a red mark that appeared. I came on video shortly after when I got my phone back, and there was still not a mark on my face, and it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Right. That motherfucker hit me, and he was all pissy and fucking piss and vinegar when he did it. That motherfucker hit me and couldn't even mark me, fam. I was like, yo. So, like, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm like, look, man, if the Twizzler crowd really thinks that's an L on me, they really think they finally, if that's their highlight, the gingerest of ginger punches, fucking like, people, like, we don't say this, but there was a bunch of people in my Facebook thing. They're like, in a 505, we call those sugar smacks. And I'm like, yeah, that's what he hit me with, a fucking sugar smack, dog.
Damn. Now, you know what the hilarious thing about all of that is that that's one of their fucking little goons that's supposed to protect Twisted.
Right. And I'm like, if that's how he hits, like, I don't know, maybe he was good at grappling. You know? I mean, a lot of people think that big guys hit hard. I'm not like, okay, look, I'm pretty sure Mono can hit harder than Dustin. I'm pretty sure, like, skinny people hit a lot harder because they have less weight on their arms to swing with. They're bonier, and it fucking hurts more. Like, if Mono were to fucking, like, have the, and because also when you're a big guy, you don't get that anchor in your fucking head. You don't get that, like, arch, that fucking back in your head. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're more short range, but you're better on the fucking picking a motherfucker up and breaking his arm and shit. That's where you're at. You pick motherfuckers up and toss them like they ain't shit. That's what that shit is. When he hit me, it was like, it was barely anything. Like, it honestly, it felt like getting punched with someone with a glove on, but like play boxing, when you're play boxing and shit.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, shit. Aside from going over and seeing Magic Ninja, like I had seen video that you ended up going to the Fago factory.
I went to the Fago factory, yes.
Where else did you go since you've been in Detroit?
There was Fago factory. I went to St. Andrews Hall. I went to Rock of Ages. I went to we went down Military Street. We went to 8 Mile. We went to 9 Mile, 8 Mile, and 7 Mile. You know, and saw that shit. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't go to Coney Island. There's a fucking restaurant I really had to go to. It's called Royale with Cheese, and they got all Pulp Fiction stuff in there. Awesome. And I was like, yeah, I have to go. And their burger is called the Royale with Cheese. So I just got that with a fucking milkshake, and so they have like the bougie water. They have a fountain with the bougie water that has the lemon and the cucumbers in it and shit. Awesome. Like, so I was like, I'm just gonna drink this milkshake and have this bougie water to wash it down with, because, you know, when I'm eating ice cream or drinking a milkshake or something, I have to have water with me to kind of offset the sweetness or whatever in the dairy. But, you know, so I went there, like, okay, so it was crazy because there was different people, like, I got to spend, like, the day or night with. So, like, the night of the fucking, when I got here, I was out there partying with Church and Sister Hatchet and stuff. And then, like, the day of Hallowicked, obviously, that was all of us. We were kicking it, we were partying, it was what it was. We got home that night, we went out, smoked, you know, we were kicking it, and then you left, you know, and all that shit. And then we all went to bed because we were exhausted. Right. The next day is when I did my tour to Detroit. It was me, Wolf, Church, and Sister Hatchet. But then that night, I went and kicked it with Snaps and Roxy Middlebox. And, dude, they got me fucking blasted, bro. Snaps was like, we drinking for real, fam, and she just had, like, these fucking bottles of Jack Daniels, and then fucking Roxy Riddlebox is like, yeah, we is drinking for real, fam. She pulls out the Crown Royal, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then Snaps is drinking shots of fucking Jack Daniels, and slamming a 40, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then Snaps' friend comes out, I got the weed, and it fucking has all these fucking blunts rolled, or joints, big ass fat joints rolled up, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, we're just gonna do this. Let's party. And holy shit, man, like, much fucking props to them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, of course, they felt safe with me around, you know what I mean? Because some people were getting a little belligerent with them the night before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting kind of stupid, getting a little touchy-feely or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all don't need to worry about that with me. Yo, consider myself your fucking gay friend right now, homie. Like, this is, we're Juggalo in this bitch, you know what I mean? We're here to party and that's it.
Hell yeah.
I told them, this is how I am. Look, this is how, I'm just going to put it to you like this, okay? I kick it with dudes, I kick it with chicks. And when I kick it with chicks, I am kicking it with y'all. I do not do this whole thing where I want to come over and drink and stuff in hopes that you fuck me. That's not how I roll.
Right.
I make it very... If I want to fuck you, you know I want to fuck you. You'll know. You're not going to guess. You know what I mean? I will say certain things, and if you respond a certain way, then, you know, I will push it. Like Roxy and Miss Hollywood. They both know, fam. Literally, I am literally trying to take your panties off with my fucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They both know this. They both know this very well. Anyway. But, so, you know, we talk shit to each other, whatever. But with other people, it's not like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so I like, gave up this whole drug speech. I was like, listen. Like, consider myself your gay friend, but I'll put it to you like this. This is how I am. I'm not trying. I ain't gonna try. You do not have to worry one bit about me making a motherfucking move on you, no matter how drunk I get, no matter what the fuck. We just here. That's all we doing. We are partying as Juggalo homies, Jugganati homies, as a fam. That's what we're doing. But if anyone wants to, I'm down. That's all. That's it. You know what I mean? But I don't care either way. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how I put it out there. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, we was partying and shit, dude, and it was dope, and nobody wanted to. So I'll just to dispel the rumor there. Yeah, nobody wanted to, obviously.
You hear it straight from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. CPN is still a virgin.
Yeah, CPN is leaving Detroit still a virgin. CPN did not slang any D while in the D. What you got kissed? But I did get kissed by a bitch, and his name is Dustin.
Oh, damn.
That's all I got was a love kiss from Dustin. That's all I got, man.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, man, fucking that MNE shit, dude. Like everybody telling me you took an L, and I'm like, all of you are speaking of me now. Fuck you. I'll take, if this is what taking an L is, I'll take L's every day, man.
Right.
All day. Just give me the L's. Just hand over all the L's.
That right there reminds me of when you and Ned Master were beefing, and he kept on calling you a fucking loser, and you're like, you just lost to a loser. So how does that make you feel?
Right. Well, I even remember, like, the things he would call me a loser for. He was like, I remember, like, one time when he made some video, like, before the great video of Ned and Master, the great Ned and Master video.
Right.
He was doing some attack videos on me, and he said, you know, he was trying to say, I ain't shit, blah, 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 and he goes, look at you. You live in this apartment and you work at Apple. I bet your parents are proud. And I'm like, as opposed to what? An unemployed fucktard who fucking lives off his girlfriend's disability check? Like, what's the about? Bull? Like either way. You know what I mean? Like, it's like people are gonna find something. Twizzlers have been waiting for this. You know what I mean? That whole, like, Chuck Reeves saying, you know what, CPN called class a house nigga. Therefore, we should just, all we need to do is nobody fucking talk to him anymore. Don't pay his channel any attention. Guess what just went out the window tonight, fam?
No shit.
Guess what all just got undone?
Yeah, it's like fucking Dustin coming up and saying, what's with you saying all that racist shit?
Yeah, he was saying all that. Yeah, so that's the part that didn't get recorded. So basically, Dustin smacked my phone out of my hand, and he fucking picks it up, and he goes, "You need to get the fuck out of here right now." And I said, "All right, can I get my phone?" Like, it's their property. If they tell me I have to leave, then I have to leave. I'm a respectable motherfucker. I was, you know, I didn't know that, well, I mean, I thought, obviously. I didn't know 100%. But, I mean, obviously, the strong thought was there. But I didn't know they were going to be fucking butthurt little bitches that I was even around the area. Like, you know, I was halfway hoping that somebody came out and said, "Hey, yo, what's up, man? Like, what the fuck? And what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yo, like, I'm just blah, blah, blah." And like, "All right, well, like, what are you doing?" Like, "Dude, just leave. We don't want to talk to you. You know, we don't like." But no, like, that motherfucker was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like, obviously that off, but this is proof to what I've been saying. Like, they've had meetings about me, bro. Like, they've literally had meetings about me, and I think it's dope as fuck that some asshole can turn on a video camera and get under these people's skin who are supposedly the fucking shit, who are supposedly the fucking Don Mega, and they're fucking taking over the underground. And some fucking asshole in the fucking desert speaks his opinion online. And oh my God, you know, like fucking like they lose their shit, bro. But anyway, so I was like, "Yo, can I get my phone?" And he's like, "No, fuck your phone." Which, fuck your phone has been a fucking meme now at this point. Like, it's a shit fucking phone.
Right.
So, you know, but you know what he didn't say? He didn't say fuck Tucker's hat.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, at least he showed enough respect to respect Tucker's hat.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. I should have been like, "Yo, I'll get Tucker on this bitch." No, but anyway, so like he's like, "Fuck your phone," and then that's when he love tapped me, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dog?" Like,
yep.
Like, and I was like shocked, bro. I was like, "Are you serious right now? Like, did you really just do that?
Did the wind just blow? What the fuck?"
Now, I don't know if you noticed my voice, but the whole time when I was doing that, I was doing the butt fan voice. Like, "What the fuck, man?" I was fucking with him. Even when he hit me, it wasn't serious. And I'm like, "Why'd you do that, fam?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, he was hit. It was like I was laughing at him, bro. Like, "Are you serious right now?" So anyway, he's like, "You need to get the fuck out of here." And I was like, give me my phone. And he's like, "Nah." And so I'm walking around and shit, and I'm like, "Give me my motherfucking phone, dude." And he wouldn't give me my phone. I said, "All right, you want me to leave? Fine." And then I started walking towards the gas station. And he's like, "Your car's over there. We saw you drive in." And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go to this gas station and call the cops real quick, dude." And he's like, "Go." He's like, "Go ahead and call the cops. You're on private property." I said, "This is a business. It's not private. Like, the inside is private." And he's like, "No, you're on private property. We own this building, this, that, and the other." And I said, "Okay, fine, whatever. Well, look. We'll just let the cops decide what legally happened, okay?" And he's like, and he came fucking walking up on me. Did I run away from him across the street? No. I turned the fuck around and let him get in my face again. And I was like, he's like, "You talk a lot." And I was like, "Give me my fucking phone. Give me the phone." And he kept refusing to give me the phone. And I told him, "I'm getting the phone back. Dude, I'm getting the phone back. Just letting you know I'm getting the phone back." You know what I mean? Like, so he got in my face, and me and him argued. And he's like, "You talk a lot of shit online, and you're a racist, and this, that, and the other." I said, "Look at my hair, dog. I'm not a fucking racist." He's like, "Fuck your hair." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever, dog." And I'm like, "I'm not a racist. You're a fucking racist." You know, and we're fucking sitting there back and forth. And I said, "Look, you either give me my phone or I'm going to call the motherfucking cops. And if I call the cops, you're probably going to jail for assaulting me. It's on video that I didn't fucking aggress towards you whatsoever. You know, and then I'll just sue fucking Magic Ninja, and then, you know, you can be unemployed, fam. What do you want to do?" And he turned to his boys that were back there, was like, "Should I give him his phone back?" And this, that, and the other. And I said, "Okay, well, he's like, "Okay, here, we'll come get your phone, pussy." So I walked up to him, got the phone, and he's like, get the fuck out of here or we're going to call the cops. I said, all right, fine. And that's when the stream came back on. Like, people were like, oh, you were talking shit while you were walking away. They literally said the word, leave or we're calling the cops. I have to leave, okay? I'll go to jail if I don't leave. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be fucking going to jail to prove how gangster I am. Because guess what? There ain't nothing thug about being told when you have to go to bed and when you're allowed to eat and having a very limited supply of food. And there's also nothing gangster about not being able to get pussy and having to either give up your booty hole or take somebody's booty hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not gangster anyway because I'm still a virgin and I don't get pussy anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, that's when I was leaving. Like, of course I'm gonna of course we're gonna talk about this on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that whole went down. They're like, yo, Dustin beat his ass. Dustin did this. Like I'm saying, if that's how Dustin fights, he wouldn't last in a fight with me. That's all I'm saying. If that's how hard Dustin can hit, he can't beat me up. It just is what it is. Like, I will come out 100% and say if Dustin hit me with a good portion of his power, he will lose in a fist fight with me. I've almost gone to prison for beating people up because, like, I've broken, like, bones in people's faces with my fists. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, bro. Like, but, like, yeah, like, if the Twizzlers are going to be happy about it and talk their shit, at the end of the day, guess what? They're all paying me attention. Come make fun of me and do this. Be sure you watch that ad real quick, fam. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is, homie.
So this would have to be the absolute highlight of your entire Hallowicked weekend.
Yeah, this would have to be the highlight of my weekend. And guess what? I'll say this. Who else do you know would have the balls to do what I just did tonight?
Right. I agree to that. Even I wouldn't do that.
I'm just saying, who else do you know, dog? How many people can actually say that they would have the fucking balls after everything that had been said and done from fucking the Magic Ninja Cat, from Chimo, from Clash, from Buckshot, from Monoxide, from Madrox, from Dustin also. You know what I mean? Because Dustin kind of said one or two things, like little snide comments like that. After all that, after knowing these motherfuckers have sat down and had meetings about me, bro, from our strict confidants in a fucking Magic Ninja Dojo, you know what I mean?
Right.
And from all of that, how many motherfuckers can say? How many motherfuckers can say that they would go through all that and still have the balls to go to a foreign fucking one of the world's most dangerous cities in America and go right up to a fucking office full of people that have basically threatened your life by yourself and say, I'm out here, fam.
Right, and the only thing that they do in retaliation is just have a weak-wristed motherfucker, like, just give you a love tap.
Bro, I've jacked off harder than he fucking hit me.
No shit.
I have jacked my dick with more force at times than what the force he put behind that fucking punch to my face.
Man.
Like I said, if it was one of those situations where, like, we were just, like, he found, like, I was somewhere and he was somewhere, and it wasn't at a place for me to be where I was at, and same with him, and he walked up and stalked me, it'd be a whole different story. If he didn't have his boys with him the way he had his boys with him, like, it would be a whole different story.
Right.
But what happened in that situation was, I know for a fact that I could have got not only hospitalized with his boys jumping on my back and shit, but fucking, like, legally I could have got fucked. It's like I'm in the hospital, like, probably fucking incur $50,000+ in hospital bills, and right from the hospital I'm going to fucking jail, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to put myself through that.
Right.
Whoever wants to put themselves through that, yeah, go ahead. Good. Props, gangster. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not a fucking retard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of stupid, obviously, because I actually went there, but I did go there, and you can't take that from me.
Right. Well,
no one can.
Well, you know, like you ended up going there, you had a purpose in mind. You know what I'm saying?
My purpose was literally to see if I could be like, yo, I'm wondering, can I get my birthday present? Mono has a birthday present for me. Like, I was going to do that. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I mean, he's a couple months too late getting you that present that he promised.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm telling you this much right now. If Dustin's love tap to, if Dustin's little sugar smack to my face, hold up. All right. If Dustin's little love tap to my face was my present, I am highly disappointed, fam.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no. It was like you asked for an iPod and they gave you a fucking Zune.
Oh, damn.
It's like, bro, if you're gonna beat my ass, bloody my nose, let me have a mark. Something, man. Like, he just fucking, like a straight up bitch, bro. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I called you after I got out of work and we were talking about that, I did raise the question if whether or not like he put it in full force or if he might have actually like had second thoughts at the last second and pulled it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and either one could be just as true. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm honestly hoping that is the case and that he gave you his all.
The reason I think that he actually, maybe not full force, but he came at me with something close to what to expect in an actual fist fight with him. Mm-hmm. The reason I feel he may have done that is because he was pissed, he was angry, and people in that office have been wanting to put hands on me. Like, why would you waste that? Why would you not put your energy into that? You know what I mean? Like, everything was set up for him to he could knock me the fuck out and not do charges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy for him to fucking get away with it. And so he could have done that. And instead, I didn't even end up with a fucking mark on my face. So I honestly feel that the motherfucker just can't. He probably grapples motherfuckers really well. Because he looks like the type that can fucking grapple somebody. But I guarantee you, he can't throw a punch. Because holy shit, that shit was so gingerly fucking ginger, dog. It was fucking,
Yeah. Like, stature-wise and everything, like, was he about your height? You know, bigger, smaller?
Yeah, he's about my height.
Okay. So he should have fucking at least gotten you on the fucking ground if he was able to hit you right.
Bro, so check this out. Check this out, dog. I got an email from someone, I'm not going to say who, but I got an email about an hour ago from someone at Psychopathic. Dude, what the fuck just happened? What? And I'm like, Oh, man. The literal subject of the email was fuck your phone with a question mark. And then the body was like, yo, what did I miss? So I wrote back and was like, this is what happened. I haven't got a response back, but I'll probably get a response back like, why the fuck did you do that?
Right.
Oh, and then my special guest for next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, hits me up and goes, but fam. Well, he hits me up and goes, hey, we actually never scheduled when I'm going to come on the show. But fam. And I'm like,
That's oh man, this is fucking great. You know,
yeah.
God. Just witnessing the live streams that you've been doing has basically just been keeping me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, like, just glued to your fucking channel.
Oh yeah, bro. Like, like, bro, at the end of it all, bro, it's like, first of all, you know how I feel about, dude, our existence don't mean a fucking thing anyway. The grand scheme of everything, it don't matter. So I'm just here to have fun, you know, and that was fun. And I'm glad I walked away from that unscathed. All I have is a bunch of people who hated me already, still talking shit and feel like they got something to now talk shit on. Whatever, you know, I don't care. You know, get mad, do what you're gonna do. Get mad at your fun.
I really wish that I had like the ability right now to get the other side of the get the other side of this happenstance, just so that way I can be like, so like what? Checking CPN's chin? Did you get a raise for that, or like what the fuck?
Right. Well, see, so here's the other thing too. Like, well, like I said, there's some rumor going around that they released security footage, and I was like, I really hope they do, because at the very least, they will at the very least confirm. They're like, okay, yeah, he didn't make up what happened after when the live stream was off. You know what I mean? Like, he told the truth. You know what I mean? Like, at the very least, that will be a thing.
Right, and if they release that footage, I wonder where it would be.
Right. The only thing is, they might be cautious about doing it, only because of the fact that I was not being aggressive at all. When they told me to leave, I said, all right, and he still hit me. In technical terms, if I wanted to, I could press charges. I'm not going to. I'm not going to take any. Now, if they were to try to come at me with some legal shit, then yeah, I'm pressing charges. Yeah, I'm countersuing. You know what I mean? But as a response, you know what I mean. But I'm not pushing any fucking charges or anything like that.
Right.
I'm just not.
But God damn, there's something stuck in my throat. Other than that, like, how was your Hallowicked experience?
Hallowicked was dope as fuck, man. I fucking had a great goddamn time. I'm glad that you got that shit fixed. That was pissing me off, and we might have had a different issue. What I was gonna, I almost like just handed you my credit card and was like, "Yo, fam, like, fuck it, get another ticket."
Yeah.
But you know, and I would have done that if it came down to it. I would have just bought you another ticket to get in.
Right.
But I'm glad it didn't come to that point. But then let me see, fucking, I don't know, all the fuck people I got to hang out with, you know.
Yeah, it seemed like every time I turned around, you were surrounded by like 10, 20 motherfuckers.
Yeah, you want to know something? I either get surrounded or like there's no one. Like it's both extremes. Like I live in the both extremes era where like I don't know. But yeah, so like I fucking Sister Hatchet found Blase, and she told Blase that I was fucking painted like her, and she brought Blase to me, and Blase's like, "Are you me for Halloween?" I said, "Yes, I am." And she gave me a big old hug and said, "That's so cool." I was like, yeah, I got you, fam. You know, like, it was dope. And then Zane, when he painted up like Jay, he looked just like Jay.
Yeah,
I was like,
I looked at him and I was
right
like,
here, couple's costume, fam.
Yeah, I saw Zane and I was just like, who is that? Like, I couldn't tell it was him with the makeup on at first, and I was just like, what? Why the fuck did Violent J balloon up so much and decide to hang out with the Juggalos before the show?
Right.
And by the way, I ended up sharing the possible theory that you know, the reason why ICP's been late these last few Hallowickeds is because, you know, I think this was your theory that you know, he's taken Ruby and JJ out trick or treating. And somebody, I think in the chat, did possibly confirm that that might be true. I don't...
Well, because Jay's the type of dude, like, you know, the way he talks about his kids and stuff, I know his kids mean literally everything to him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know, like, the way he's talked about, like, when JJ was smaller, and all this other stuff about JJ being like amazed at very simple things that you kind of lose, and he got to like re-experience that and thought it was the most beautiful thing. Like miracles is based on that concept, and just people are idiots and don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm pretty sure Jay would like to do things with his kids that he never got to do with his dad as a kid, and this, that, and the other. And one big thing is trick-or-treating. And it's just like, well, they do this Halloween show every fucking year. Like, maybe when they started this annual Hallowicked years before they even had kids, they probably never even thought of they were like, well, we're old, we don't trick or treat, you know what I mean? But they probably never even thought of like, oh yeah, trick or treating might become a thing, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and Shaggy's had kids for years too, so it's possible. Like, at times Shaggy took his kids trick or treating, and
right,
you know, it's just something that could apply. It's a possibility, you know what I mean? It's just something that kind of popped in my mind, like, oh man, it's like you think like they go on all these tours and all this, and they're on time usually. Why be late to Hallowicked? It's at the end of the day, it's still like another show. It's
right.
not like when Hallowicked comes, like some crazy shit is going on, and I'm like, what can possibly happen on Halloween night that will continuously cause them to be late? Huh? I wonder if Jay's taking his kids trick or treating, and that like takes more time. You know what I mean? Right. Because notice also, if you notice also, prior to them having Jay having his kids, like Halloween night, they used to be a lot more involved committees of the night. You know what I mean? Right. And it seems like, okay, yeah, they got their host, they got their list of openers. It's like they just kind of show up to the venue when they're about to perform, when they do their VIP, and then when they're about to perform. And it's like, they've always kind of done stuff like that, but Hallowicked was kind of like more of an exception to that rule. And it's like now, it's like they're doing it like they do tours, but they're late. And what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, maybe he's taking his kids trick-or-treating, like doing that father takes his kids trick-or-treating thing. Because I know as a father that wants to spend time with your kids, that's probably a very important thing to do. Yeah, as a dad, it is. Just like watching your kids open Christmas presents or whatever. Right. It's basically the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, like as Ruby and JJ get older, which I mean, they're getting up there to where trick-or-treating may no longer become a thing, or they don't want to go with their fucking parents. They want to go with their homies. When you do that teenage trick-or-treating thing where you go out with your friends instead. You don't even fucking dress up as something. You just fucking go in your street clothes. Put on a hoodie and be like... Right. And maybe if they get to that point, you know, you'll stop seeing it being all late all the time, stuff like that. And then, of course, once you get to a certain age, you don't trick-or-treat anymore. Yeah. And, you know. Then maybe we'll finally see ICP on time. Well, no, because something else will happen. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, and that seemed to make sense, too. And it was... I felt that it was actually further confirmed when Violent J ended up introducing JJ and Ruby on stage, and they were also throwing Fago into the fucking crowd as well, and they were in Halloween costumes and shit. And speaking of trick or treat candy and shit like that, I thought it was hilarious as fuck. You walked in and you had Twizzlers. You brought Twizzlers to Hallowicked. Oh my god. What's up? Hold on. Somebody tells me you got like an email response or something. Oh, so the question is, so why'd you go there in the first place?
Get my birthday present, Sam?
No shit. Yeah, yeah. Siznak is saying in the chat that, you know, his kids are about that age now. Like JJ is now 14. I think Quilla's now 11.
I forget.
I think that's about right. You know, it was funny because like after I got home and shit and everything, like, you know, I got to see how big of a haul everybody got. Like, my mom ended up explaining how much candy my kids got and shit. You know, my daughter's 10, and Katie this morning, she ended up telling me that she's like, I think you might need to bring the like the ICP events down to maybe once or twice a year. And I'm thinking to myself, well, then that means that it's going to be about 5 years before I'm going to look at my kids and be like, hey, you want to go to a concert? This is like my daughter's, you know, by the time my daughter's 15, she's probably going to grow out of that trick-or-treating shit and be like, let's do something, just you and daddy. What are we going to do? We're going to go get Faygo thrown on us on Halloween. Like,
right.
I don't know. That might be something that the kids might possibly be interested in. I don't know. But interesting, and I haven't said this yet, but on my way home, I know that I think that you'll be able to appreciate this, and I know that a lot of other people in the chat will probably appreciate this as well. On the way home, I ended up getting a call from my mother around like 5 o'clock in the morning. She was asking me where I was and everything. So she started she started to tell me about the trick-or-treating with the kids and stuff, because Katie ended up going up to her sister's house and took our youngest. They go to this street that's like just south of their house, and there's a guy that's there, and he's fucking handing out candy painted up like Violent J. And
oh, nice.
So my son Connor was actually the first person to point that out. It's just like, he's dressed up like ICP. And so they go and they get the candy and stuff, and, you know, my mom ends up telling the guy, you know, my son's a Juggalo. And he's just like, he's like, really? And she's like, yeah. Guess where he's at right now? He's like, you better not fucking tell me Hallowicked. Yup. He's in Detroit right now. Motherfucker. But then, like, they end up leaving, and one of my kids turned around and went whoop whoop to the guy, and the guy gave it back. I was like, that is the most epic fucking trick-or-treating story ever.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, the next time you see that guy, tell him, if he wants to next year, we're going to Detroit. I don't know who the fuck he is, but we're going to Detroit.
Hey, so check this shit out. So the email stream from Psychopathic that I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yeah, so I just saw your video. Why did you go there in the first place? And I responded with, so basically it was one of those spur-of-the-moment stunts, kind of like Shaggy's dropkick.
I'm sure it felt like that, too. Actually, I'm pretty sure Shaggy drop-kicked Fred Durst harder.
Yeah, no, straight up. Shaggy kicked Fred Durst harder than Dustin Hitman.
Oh, damn. Yeah, definitely got to fucking, like, I haven't been in Discord in a while, but I would not be surprised if somebody hasn't made a meme of this yet.
Oh, there are so many memes right now, bro. The meme game is strong with people tonight.
Give me back my phone.
Somebody even made, like, you know how people make those parody shirts every time, like, a celebrity dies or something, it says that Magic Ninja?
Yeah.
He made a Dustin shirt.
Oh, damn. Ryan just said, did anyone notice when Jay said, bring my kids on stage, JJ and Ruby? The one was not Ruby, it was some kid.
What?
Ryan just said, did anyone notice when Jay said, bring my kids on stage, JJ and Ruby? The one was not Ruby, it was some kid.
Yeah, I was like, wait, which one's Ruby? I couldn't figure it out.
I'm assuming that Ruby was the one in the furry outfit.
Well, no, because I was like, those are both boys, and I know I'm assuming their gender, but those are both boys on stage.
Right. I don't know what the hell was up with that, but... I was like, whatever, there's kids up on stage and they're throwing fucking Faygo. This gives me an idea. Like, there are kids up on stage. They're throwing Faygo. I have kids. And they seem to be very interested in the subculture that I've dedicated my whole life to. This is going to be the shit in 5 years.
Right.
Let's see, we go as Jay and Shaggy all the time. Wouldn't believe how many juggalos are out there in the world, says Cactus Cock. Siznak said, it was Ruby. Get your glasses fixed, fam. But I was like, okay, so one of them, like, one of the kids, like, at first I was like, okay, which one's which? And I was assuming that JJ was the one that was wearing, like, an American flag cape. And a cowboy hat and a wife beater for some fucking reason. See, and one was CPN colored like a caramel color. I don't know, Mr. Diamond. I think that might have been, I don't know. That could have just been the lighting. I think CPN's responding.
Wait, no, hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I got people hitting me up like a motherfucker, bro. Like, you got gut. Like, okay. But whatever. Y'all go forget about it in a week anyway.
I don't know, man. This might be something that'll stick for a while. I mean, like, the meme community will probably forget about it, but, like, people close to you and internet trolls will fucking, you know, come up to you. Like, I'm expecting Rusty Shackelford, one of my haters, to fucking jump up on your shit and fucking try to say, oh, you got an L, blah blah blah. Oh shit! It went dead silent.
Apparently,
oh wait,
Buckshot posted something on Instagram. I'm gonna go check that out.
Oh yeah, I should probably do the same. I'm interested. But all right, I think yeah, I'm gonna let you go, man. So I'm gonna so I can get up out of here, and I'm gonna call this. I'm deciding that I'm gonna fucking you know, I'm gonna chill out for a minute and fucking watch some TV. I've been doing this live stream thing for almost like 2.5 hours now. Alright.
I know what it was that doesn't give you. He gave you a Hershey.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is what Buckshot posted, okay? Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun ripping this shit apart. He says this, the homie Big Vin Dustin just took one for the whole underground. That CPN dude showed up to the M&E offices and Dustin knocked his block off.
What?
Yeah! Knocked my block off!
fam.
Oh, shit.
Very manly of him to hear him begging to pick his phone back up. No, I said, let me get my phone. Fuck you. Give me my phone. Anyway, no beanie on his head after the fact, and even though he was trying to play it off, it's very obvious he was completely rattled at that point. That's what happens when a guy talks shit and acts hard for years. But when push comes to shove, you just can't back it up. Justice at its finest. Fam, your boy did not knock my block off, fam.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, is that on Facebook or?
It's on Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, I got M&E going at me now. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's I can't let go of this, man. This too goddamn fucking hilarious. Oh damn, I just seen you chilling on Military Street. Let's see. What's Buckshot's fucking Instagram handle?
It's like Buck Shizzle or something.
Okay, I see it.
The joke the chat said, why did he wait until he got in your car to fucking start talking shit? I think he was talking shit the whole time.
See, look, Adam fucking posted it correctly. There's a picture of me, like, smiling in front of the M&E building, and it says, little did they know, that's just what I wanted.
You said the bullshit wolf. I watched the video.
Okay, so let me tell you, okay, Russ the Shackleton's an idiot. So he probably didn't watch it live, and he probably doesn't understand that when it goes off and comes back on, when you watch the replay, YouTube puts it together so you don't have that fucking 10-minute wait when the stream went off, and then I had to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, like I said, if M&E were to release the recording of the actual security footage on the outside, you will see me in Dustin's face, me and him yelling at each other after he hit me.
You were on the ground. How could you?
I talked shit right to Dustin's face multiple fucking times, and when he said he wasn't going to give me my phone back, I was like, well, I'm going to go call the cops then. The reason I wanted my phone back is simple. I don't know my way around Detroit. Every phone number, everything I have is in that phone. Like, I would have been fucked without that phone. I don't know how to get back to Wolf's house. I don't know anyone's phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even call Wolf and be like, yo, this is what's going on. I couldn't call Maximum Overload. I couldn't access Discord. I couldn't do shit. Like, the whole fucking, like, world of contacts that I would have, my navigation, everything was in that phone. Yeah, you asked me to leave. I said, okay, I'll leave. But give me my fucking phone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm reading some of these comments. There's like 52 comments for this Instagram post.
Right. There's more comments on my shit than on Buckshot's own shit. Fuck Buckshot.
Right. Let's see. No, it's funny. Some of these are just like totally out of your character. Some of the things that some people are saying. Like one person said, "Fuck Child's Play Ninja. That cat is a little bitch. He was running his dick sucker at a show one year, and when I stepped up to him, he put his tail in between his legs and ran away."
Really? I wonder where the fuck was that? When the fuck did this happen?
Right. Somebody else ended up saying, "I wouldn't want to take a punch from Dustin. Saw him bust a guy's chops at the Triple Threat party in Worcester last year. He got what he deserved." So, basically, just judging from what you have said, motherfucker, like, if Dustin was able to bust a guy's chops in Worcester, then the guy in Worcester is a fucking pussy.
Right. Either that or they're just exaggerating.
Nah, I'll go with the... I'm not even going to go with the latter on this one. See, well, that's why I fuck with him. He's a stand-up dude talking about Dustin. Somebody said, "Always hated that guy. I only wish there was video. What fucking nerve." CPN ain't shit, punk bitch, fucking suckers. Let's see.
Right,
the real.
right.
I'm gonna actually call this name out. The real OG Jordan. Best part was when he started talking shit after he got to his car.
Well, they told me leave or they're calling the cops.
Right. Let's see.
So because once I'm not going to jail, fam. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Someone on Child's Play Ninja's Instagram said to knock Dustin out, then find Twisted and do the same. Like, in question marks. So somebody's assuming that that's a rumor that's spreading.
Right.
You know what's You know what's funny though is that this shit on Instagram basically just kind of proves your point. Where you were, you know, you were basically saying about Buckshot. You schooled his fucking ass, and as of right now, you know, at that point, he was basically just looking for something to fucking have against you, and this is the closest that he's gonna get. Is basically talking about how Dustin fucking ended up doing that, like, ended up swinging at you.
Well, like I said,
Right.
He's seen King Crimson do somebody harder to investigate you.
Right. King Crimson comes with harder disses than Dustin comes with punches.
Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh damn. Damn. I'm trying to see if maybe somebody. Okay, yeah, like somebody 7 hours ago just wrote, "You just socked CPN LMAO." That one is that one's actually from like something on Dustin's Instagram. But that's about it. That's fucking hilarious. But oh man, this is interesting. Some of the likes that are on here.
Uh-huh.
Kung Fu Vampire liked that post on
Oh,
Instagram.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dissing, fam.
Right? I say that's a diss. It's a straight fucking diss. It's like,
Right.
Come on, Kung Fu. I thought you were cool. There's a like on there from Class. I'm sure that he was happy about that.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, the Magic Ninja Knoxville Street Team.
Well, of course.
But yeah, like, word is getting out to Knoxville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's everywhere, fam.
Oh, it's everywhere.
All they're doing is talking about me right now. It's the shit.
Yep. See, Anthony Purcell said, Livonia ain't Detroit. It's pretty soft out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Lick said, Dustin is such a tool. I'm mad it was him that got CPN. Kid Crusher liked this.
There you go.
Wow. That's pretty funny shit. I'm just looking through to see all of the people that fucking liked this shit. Just it's kind of hilarious. Let's see who else. I'm trying to find big names.
Not irrelevant.
Hold on.
Oh, come on. There's got to be some other... Okay, yeah. That's... Like, 226 likes off of that fucking thing. Oh, there we go. Siznak just fucking did that. Just posted something. Knocked his block off. LMAO. He walked away pretty damn well for having his block knocked. I'm all for street justice, but Dustin's hit was weak as fuck. I'm neutral about both sides, by the way. Love everyone at Cyan M&E.
I just commented.
Oh, I'm going to have to refresh. Let's see. Your boy hit me with the weakest punch in the history of punches, fam. Didn't even leave a mark. Oh, damn. This is interesting. And I haven't even checked Facebook about all of this yet.
Yeah, they're going half. Everybody's on fucking jam, dog.
Dude, fucking Acetone ended up posting this shit. Child's Play Ninja out here taking a whole ass L from Big Vin Dustin at Magic Ninja Entertainment Dojo Studios. Big hell, bro. CPN is twice my size and you didn't swing on me when you saw me at Most Tasteless. So I don't know if I should feel honored or respected or if it was because I was so deep and you didn't want smoke. Either way, CPN, this is a big L. Vinny Reader then says, but he pissed in the building, fam.
I did, in fact, piss in the building.
You pissed in their building.
Not flushed.
You pissed in their building that they own and are renting out space to fucking, what is it, State Farm?
Like a good neighbor, stay the fuck over there.
Right.
You know, I bet you in Boston they probably call it State Farm. Or State Fam.
State Fam.
They call it State Fam. Which is fitting if you think about it, because Chuck. See, Stephen Barton, yeah, that would not have went down like that for me, fam. Also, side note, let's ride on the home base, because it only guarded by bitch boys. Let's see, Nacho posted a comment on theirs. He said, yo, you can't even lie. It takes some big balls to go to a place where someone was threatening you by yourself. I mean, yeah, he got chin checked, but I'm sure he wouldn't have fought back. He would have really got fucked up since it was 2 against 1. Yeah, there are still...
It would have been 3 against 1. There was another dude in the fucking building, like, watching out the window and shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. You did say that. I don't know what everyone's crying about YouTube juggalos and phones for when their whole ass New Orleans juggalo week to plan. No time for dilly-dallying around. And then somebody says, does this look like dilly-dallying to you? And then it's a picture that says, I said, fuck your phone.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, damn. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, damn. Let's see. So yeah. So let's try to put this into perspective here. So Buckshot fucking makes an Instagram post and he gets like 52 comments and a bunch of likes. Like, you know, he gets like what, 226 likes. You, on the other hand, you got 52 responses for a video that you made on Facebook 2 hours ago, and over 700 comments.
Right.
I haven't seen the video yet, but yeah, I might have to watch this. I don't like the way you said black. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to watch this so I can understand some of these references. But yeah. All right, so I'm going to get going, man. I'm actually going to call it. So I can sit down, relax, watch this shit. Probably some wrestling.
Right, I got you.
All right. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yep, you racist with the big L, you cooned. I hate you.
Yeah, I know. I totally can.
And you're leaving the D without slanging the D. You fucking virgin.
Yeah.
I got played by a bitch.
Oh. Okay, you might, I don't know, you're around Wolf now, so you might not leave Detroit a virgin.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, I shook his hand, and my hand still hurts. Like, he's got big, powerful fucking hands.
Right.
But, alright, man, I'll talk to you later, alright? Alright, anything else that you want to say to the fucking chat before I hang up on you?
Nah.
Alright, well, that was Child's Play Ninja, and he fucking hates you guys. There, I said it.
There you go.
He hopes that bad things happen to you. He hopes that Dustin fucking finds you and beats the shit out of you.
No, I don't hope that. That's not a threat, man.
Good point.
Stuff is baby shit.
Alright. But, I don't, do you accept that as your fucking birthday present?
No, he said it wasn't, because I asked. I said, was that my present? He's like, no. Oh, okay. What the fuck?
Right, no shit. Although everybody's telling you happy birthday, boy.
Happy birthday, boy.
But alright, I'll talk to you later, brother.
Later.
Alright, peace. Alright, everybody, that was Child's Play Ninja. Getting his chin fucking wrecked by a dude with green hair. I don't know what to say else after that. But nevertheless, I'm calling it. I'm out this motherfucking bitch. Thank you to everybody that was watching, and thank you to everybody that was participating in the chat. You all suck because nobody fucking killed the real Guido. With all that being said, I'm out this motherfucking bitch. Much clown love. Deuces.